say what's good with the people, man. And you know what I'm talking about? They say, bro, what you doing? Oh, man, I'm bending in the corner. You know what I'm talking about? Bending in the corner. You know how bro be out here live, no jive, making no noise, avoiding all decoys. Ah, I don't even like how they look right there, man. You know what I'm talking about? I don't even like how that look, man. I'm gonna fuck with it like this. You know what I'm talking about? As I bob in and out of traffic. As I do the bobbing in and out of traffic. I ain't gonna say what you do, bro. The bobbing in and out of traffic. Nice ass day out here today, man. Shit somewhere where I keep my eyes on things, you know what I'm talking about? You know, bro, fuck with it. What's good with the people though, man? You know what I'm talking about? What's good with the people, man? I can't call it really. Yeah, I can't call it, man. They say, bro, what you got going on, man? Live with no jar. Nick Cuss was good with it, man. Shout out to the people. So, say hello, brother. Are you winning? I woke up, so I guess I am. Thank y'all for stopping through here, man. Thank y'all for stopping through here. You feel me? I ain't doing nothing, just running around this motherfucker. Yeah, just running around this motherfucker, man. Trying to have the best day that I can have today. You feel me? What y'all got going on out there? So, Caramel Ribbon Crunch Fraps. Y'all already drunk it earlier this morning, man. You feel me? Drunk that motherfucker this morning, man. I wish it was a way I could play that motherfucking song I made last night. Family Ties, man. If y'all ain't heard it, go check it out. They said, bruh, it's just too raw. You know what I'm talking about? They say, bruh, it's just too raw. Y'all hold on real quick. They don't never let me. Hold on. They say reconnect. You know what I'm talking about? What's good with the people, man? What we got going on? We got a pocket full of Starburst, man. You know what I'm talking about? Pocket full of Starburst. What's good with the people, man? What we got going on today? I ain't even made my day yet. I gotta, I don't know what the day is, really. I'll let you know later on. You know what I'm talking about? Hell yeah. As long as you can stay above ground, you alright. On everything. And that's another thing. I always say that, but it'd be like a lot of us, we don't even like we don't even be thankful. Nigga that we woke up. Motherfucker get straight up and start complaining about everything was wrong. Man, if you woke up and you got your health, you alright. Nigga, if you woke up, you got a shot at going to sleep, bro. You can make a way. You can. Yeah, you can make a motherfucking way. You gotta I can't tell you just what you gotta do. Focus. That's it, just focus. Step on back and reset your game. Boom, boom. It's best believe in this motherfucking life, you might have to set your reset your game a few times. That's why life, that shit like being in a boxing match, nigga, with another motherfucker who's technically sound. Nigga, that's what life is like, nigga. Like you in a boxing match with another nigga that's technically sound, man. You know what I'm talking about? So you're gonna have to continue to make adjustments. Even when you get comfortable, nigga, and you think you got this shit, you're gonna have to make an adjustment. Because the thing, like, I don't know about y'all, and I done had to do hella times. It don't matter how much money a nigga had or nothing, bruh. Life always, I ain't saying this gonna happen to y'all, I'm just talking about me once again. Life just always threw a, thank you. Life just always threw a curveball, nigga. So like even when I was on my pecans, nigga, I was on my nickels. Like something still happening, cause life it's quick to force you to make a decision sometime too, folks. Like you gonna have to make a decision. You get what I'm saying? You gonna have to do something. So a lot of times, like when when I bust my move, it just took me up off earth. You know what I mean? That shit just took me up off earth. So when I did make my decision, and a lot of times I went to jail, bruh, and I made the right decision. So don't never let nobody tell you that, man. Just because you're gonna get in trouble about the decision you make, don't mean that it wasn't the right decision, bruh. You just accepted the consequence for the decision you made. Cause a lot of times shit will happen, folks, and like, bro, you just can't avoid conflict forever. You can't. Even if you try to, bro. At some point in time, you're gonna have to bust a move to let niggas know that you ain't the one to be fucked with. And if you don't bust that move sooner or later, bro, it's like everybody gonna come fucking with you. You feel me? Like, say a nigga just walked up and slapped a motherfucker, bro, and everybody was watching. If a motherfucker see you like, oh, this nigga, you can slap this nigga, man, you gonna have 4 or 5 people trying to start an argument with you just so they can slap you, because they didn't already seen you get slapped. Worldwide in this motherfucker, man. Thank y'all for coming through this motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? If a nigga know you would take a slap, watch how many motherfuckers try to do that. Because no matter, like, it's funny. Because the world just stays watching. You know what I'm talking about? For real. Like, the world just stay watching. So everybody watching how you react. Sometimes you can use that shit against them. I told you how I used it against them when I was in jail. When I was up in there with that nigga that killed my uncle. And I just made everybody think I wasn't gonna do nothing, even though I knew what I was gonna do. The first part of my plan was to make everybody else think that I wasn't gonna do nothing. And once they thought I wasn't gonna do nothing, their ass was out. As soon as everybody just, their ass was out. Hey, shout out, man. Thank y'all for stopping through. The moment they didn't think I was gonna do something, their ass was through. You know what I'm talking about? The moment everybody put their guards down, I was on top of their guards. Yeah, they never seen that one coming. Whoa, they ass right to sleep. See, sometimes you can do that, but sometimes you can't. And I ain't just talking about fighting or anything, bro. It could be work, nigga, just be anything, nigga. At some point, you're gonna have to let somebody know, it's like say you at work or something, and you got some old supervisor or something you don't really care for, but you just don't like the nigga. He ain't really did nothing other than that. But that motherfucker come over there and get to talking to you like in a tone that you don't really like. But since it's your supervisor, you trying to keep your job. I ain't gonna tell you not to keep your job. You can make whatever decision you want to, bruh. But whenever you uncomfortable with something, address that shit, folks. Because in this world, people, they try to do shit to, people come with their game to see what they can get away with. You get what I'm saying? For real. For real. I promise you. It don't. It don't. Man, this nigga was here the whole time. I thought he was waiting on this. I don't know what this lady. She looked like a Alaskan. God damn, man. That bitch was looking like a chubby chase around the face, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? That bitch came about that motherfucker looking like she was in the episode of National Lampoon's Christmas. Bitch came about that motherfucker looking like Chubby Chase around the face, nigga. In that Christmas movie when they had all them people in that station wagon. God damn. Yeah, man. But you just like at some point in time, bro. Like you could play it safe through life, that's cool. And if you could just get away with that for the rest of your life, or you ain't got nothing, that's cool. But a lot of times, man, you gotta like when you uncomfortable, you gotta check that shit right then and there. And like the dynamic in the world where people really don't even be agreed. Like in the world, bro, you'll be surprised how many scary motherfuckers really be trying to push the other thing. Like they ain't even prepared to do nothing. You feel what I'm saying? They just trying to buffalo you. They ain't even prepared to do nothing. They just trying to buffalo you. People running around there with that type of game. I ain't telling you to look out for nothing or whatever. I'm just telling you at some type of point, man, it's gonna come a time in your life, bro, where you just gonna have to you're gonna have to lay that shit on the line. And it might not even be nothing to get you in trouble, like far as losing your freedom or something. It might get you fired or it might get you some kind of shit, cause people getting crazy as a motherfucker. I ain't bullshitting with you. I just had to tell some motherfucker that, man, the fuck you talking to, bro? You know what I'm talking about, bro? Who the fuck you talking to, bro? Crazy. It is, folks. Get the I ain't gonna even blame it on the world. I'll blame it more on the person, bro. But they got motherfuckers running around here real loose around their mouth. With them loose lips just saying anything and everything. You get what I'm saying? And that shit kinda crazy. To me anyway. Cause I've never thought about disrespecting nobody, bro. I just never woke up and thought about disrespecting a motherfucker. You feel me? Yeah, Chevy Chase. He said there's the narrative coming back around the arrow. Yeah, it is. And that's all it is. It's the nerves, bro. If you just look at these niggas, and I ain't got nothing against the nerves just get me when they get to talking about shit they don't know about. That's the only thing where they just get me at. But they just nerves, bro. So they passing out trick game, they having fun. They in the end now. You feel what I'm saying? Before this internet came out, you know, like a nerd wouldn't even know nothing about nothing going on nowhere. You get what I'm saying? That's why you see them type of stations and that type of shit. That's why you see it get so many views. I promise you. I promise you. They told me that a long time ago when I was growing up. Like when a motherfucker get to fucking with you or something, you know what I'm talking about? And you been told this motherfucker 4 or 5 times to go on with that, man. Make an example out of his motherfucking ass. Just make an example since everybody watching. You know what I'm talking about? Then when you get through thrashing this motherfucking ass, you get up and look at the rest of the world. Talking about anybody else got a problem? It's more to come. You know what I'm talking about? Anybody else want something? It's more to come out here. Nigga, I got one more plate. Y'all got one more plate of this shit. Who hungry, man? You know what I'm talking about? On some real shit. But Ed, I just peeped the other day, like, motherfucker covered for very weird, man. Trying to make For real. For real, bruh. But it's like, man, they don't know no better. They having fun. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta imagine like a motherfucker who ain't never been noticed, like in the real world. Then you got a chance to be up here and motherfuckers to celebrate you like you somebody. So like they having fun. They using this artificial attention, like y'all was talking about yesterday, that dopamine. So this computer kind of got like, if you famous on this computer and you ain't nobody in the world, you in the world concentrating on how famous you is in the computer. You know what I mean? It's a weird dynamic. But them niggas, it's just like a nigga getting $1 billion who been broke all his life. Them niggas ain't never had no attention to nothing else, so they kind of like having fun. You know what I'm talking about? But the crazy part is how they just got everybody to follow them. That's the crazy part. Yeah, it is. But this motherfucker is just nerve central. Nerve central. See, cause them type of motherfuckers, it's more them type of nerve stations than they got anything else. You say phones. I promise you, bro, it's worse than crack. Not necessarily it is, because it's like it's up to you. But there's so many motherfuckers out there, bro, that don't have like a strong mind, so they don't even really need to be watching that shit, because they don't really know how to dissect that shit properly in their own head. And that's where the gang get fucked up at. Cause you'll have motherfuckers just like what was that nigga back in the day that was just snatching shit running, and ain't nobody ever think like how this nigga is recording a drug deal with hella pounds, and it like ain't nobody even crossed their mind. They really think this shit going on for real, but like all that shit is staged. But they got you in your mind thinking that shit capable. So now here you go around your plug trying to run off with pounds and shit. Man, you been a man. Listen. OG told a motherfucker a long time ago that money right there got blood on it. And that nigga was in the cold nod. That nigga wasn't even looking like this, man. Motherfucker thought they was finna put that hands on that money they thought was on the floor. You know what I'm talking about? That nigga, he didn't even look up, bro. He was just in the nod. That nigga just said that money right there got blood on it. Touch that motherfucking $20 bill if you want to, nigga. I took his word for it, man. I knew he was serious when he wasn't even looking up. That nigga just heard it. You know what I'm talking about? He heard somebody in the vicinity of that $20 that they thought was just on the ground. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, bull gang. And that shit was just staged. You feel me? Them people going up in there paying for everything they ran off, or they just using people for props and shit. That shit just staged to get, it's just entertainment purposes, like cheaters. But you got motherfuckers in the real world doing that shit, man. You finna go to juvenile doing that shit, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? You finna go to the penitentiary doing that crazy ass shit, bruh. My nigga, I see my nigga Philmo Slice just commented, man. Shout out my nigga Philmo Slice. You know what I'm talking about? Some other real niggas I just happened to come across while we was up in that thing, man. You feel me? And man, if y'all ain't heard my new music, man, go check that thing out, man. Yeah, go check that thing out. It's called Family Ties. Mozark Monday, man. Bruh be whooping their ass. Yeah, bruh be whooping their ass. I was just listening to that shit last night. I had been decided this, but when I was just listening to it, it just made me more confident that I'm the hardest motherfucker around this motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about, real wide. It just made me more confident that they can't find a motherfucker on this earth. You know what I'm talking about? They can't find a motherfucker on this earth harder than bruh. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, like I don't know what it is. This just must be funny looking people last day with funny postures or something, man. This bitch walking like she gotta take a shit and her foot hurt at the same time. That bitch finna go sit on there wherever she finna go take a shit at. She finna sit on that motherfucker till them feet fall asleep. You know what I'm talking about? That bitch gonna come back up out the motherfuckers walking on the motherfuckers numb, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Numb. I took my son to the park, and when we got home, we found this goldfish dead, which is a tough situation for any parent. How do you explain autoerotic at 4-year-old? Ooh, that one right there hard, right? That's one of them things right there where you hope he didn't see it and just go get another goldfish. But I don't know, cause you don't really want to lie to the babies or whatever, man. I don't know. I don't know on that one right there, brother. I ain't never really had that experience, so I don't even know. I can't even really give you no tips on that one. I'm trying to think what I would do. I don't even know what I would do. You know what I'm talking about? Bro probably would have did something. I don't know. I'd just end up getting another fish some kind of way. Y'all just got another goldfish. I don't know what I say. I ain't never been through that one right there, bro. So I don't even want to mislead you. Yeah, I don't know. That's a hard one right there, though. That's a hard one right there. Yeah, I ain't never had to deal with that one. I ain't never had to deal with no pet debt, not with the kid. But another pet, it just seemed like another pet was oh, you said that was a dumb joke. My bad, bro. I was really trying to help you. You know what I'm talking about? Well, my bad. I guess I'm slow today a little bit. Yeah, I guess I'm slow today a little bit. Bro, just watching the earth. It's cool out here. But yeah, man, I had I don't know, like I said, man, every day. Cause I actually think we like I think we be stressing on shit that I ain't gonna even say stressing, but I think we consume our mind with a lot of shit that don't even like that's just gonna be there anyway. You know what I mean? Like bills and shit. You know, like bills and shit. I think like we be so worried about that shit. I was just tripping off that shit the other night. If you just look like if you ain't never just had no opportunities to make money, I ain't really talking about no job either, but like I'm talking about really to make some money how you want to. Like if you ain't doing that, bruh, it's down there like you gonna spend the rest of your life stressing on bills. It is, or shit that need to be paid. It's like that consume the average motherfucker mind who ain't just having it like that. It's just bills. Every time you turn around, you gotta pay for something else. You gotta pay for something else. That shit is almost like jail a little bit, bro. That shit'll break you. I promise you, that shit'll break you, nigga. Trying to. That's why you gotta find a way to get ahead of the game. That shit'll just break you down. And if you don't fuck around and look out, man, that's exactly what you'll be doing. You'll be living just to pay bills. You'll be living just to pay bills. And that'll just consume your whole life, bro. You'll just be stressing on how you gonna get these bills done. And when you pay the motherfuckers, it's like your brain don't even get the reset. Your brain don't even get the reset. You pay the motherfuckers, and then it's like you got to start on figuring out how you finna pay the motherfuckers next month. Man, look, y'all, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Nigga, I'm gonna worry about if the Warriors gonna make it to the playoffs. Nigga, that's what I'm worried about, man. Fuck them Bills and all that shit. And I know that shit easy to say, bruh, but you gotta get yourself off that. You gotta get yourself off of that. You can't even worry about that shit. Cause as long as you alive, like Bills gonna come. Bills gonna be there. You just gotta find a way to catapult yourself off the ground and stay in the air a little bit. That's why I be like them jobs and all that shit. You know, it's cool. I ain't talking against them, but that shit is a scam for your mind state. Cause that shit'll just get you used to it. Don't fuck around and get no good ass job and be working that motherfucker for 3 years or something. Cause it'll seem like it'll seem like them people ain't gonna never lay you off or something. It'll just seem like you got it made. That's why every time you get your hands on some pecans, I'm gonna leave that lady alone. I'm gonna leave that lady alone, man. Let that lady go about her business. But I don't want to say you can't worry, cause like all this shit that I might say is just easier said than done. But in your own head, you gotta live free, bruh. Like how they be saying, like if a young team make it to a Super Bowl, Like they so young, they don't even get the magnitude of the moment. So them niggas just out there playing free. You know what I'm talking about? Them niggas just out there playing like it's practice and shit. You gotta find to live that way in your own head, bruh. Cause if you don't, cause even if you got that mind, like say you ain't even worried about no bills, you might be one of them. You gonna worry about something that you don't need to worry about. It's either gonna be a bitch, a nigga, some kind of car, some jewelry. You gonna put some kind of invisible stress. It might not even be invisible, but you gonna put some kind of stress on yourself to where you can't just come up with your best ideas. Cause stressing and worrying, bro, you gonna come up with some of the I don't know, depending on how your mind works. But that shit'll break you, folks. That shit'll put you in a panic. That's why I get tired of motherfuckers talking about motherfuckers in jail, bro. I do, cause like the way this motherfucking society is today, like the niggas that really be coming from the that was really sitting out there on porches and serving rocks and shit, rocks in their mouth. They kind of put them niggas as like what they call them, pookies and ray rays and all that shit, all that old dumbass shit. Now we got black people giving black people stereotypes. Nigga, I told you, man, niggas remind me of the Ku Klux Klan. Niggas worse than the Ku Klux Klan. You know what I'm talking about? They was white and prejudiced. Motherfuckers be black and prejudiced. Y'all ain't never tripped on that shit? No, I just got off of what I was saying. But like now, how like you remember back in the day, nigga, like you'll see hella pictures of the Ku Klux Klan chasing niggas down with water hoses and sicking the dogs on them and beating them with billy clubs. Y'all ever tripped? Like in this day, it's our own people doing that shit. Like you see them niggas video recording, jumping on another motherfucker and shit, trying to embarrass him and shit. Motherfucker trying to show the world, look, we could do it better than the Klan. Look how we do it. That shit crazy as a motherfucker, bruh. I'm really surprised more people ain't got hurt. Actually, I don't promote no violence. I don't. I'm actually surprised more people ain't got hurt. But yeah, man, with your mind gotta be free, bruh. Cause if you under like say, nigga, your rent might be due tomorrow, nigga, or a light bill or something you just stressing off of, and it's today. The pressure of that shit will make you go do something, bruh, that you will fuck yourself off. It's like I was saying, how I was talking, man, you know how many niggas in jail right now trying to pay a bill or something? Nigga was trying to keep his family afloat. So that nigga done ran up into the local corner store or something. That nigga done try to rob some nigga to pay his bill. And right now, they'll talk about that nigga. I ain't bullshitting with you. They'll call that nigga all kind of names. They'll call that nigga everything but brave. You know what I'm talking about? That nigga try to put it all on the line for his family. He ain't gonna get that accolade though. They gonna call him stupid, a dauphin, and all this type of shit. You feel me? And really, that man just put it all on the line, trying to chase his dream. Trying to chase his dream. But I don't know, man. This man, if a nigga don't get himself balanced on this motherfucker, he said, what? Why they delete this message? Can you say car once? I don't get it. It's just car. You know what I'm talking about? Worldwide in this bitch, I tell you, Cowboy Mule. I don't know why they just deleted Memphis Talk thing. You know what I'm talking about? And just so happened to everybody over here, if you a moderator, just like I say, man, all I ask the moderators to do is not fuck with the chat. Yeah, people can say whatever they want to over here, bro. That shit don't matter. And I preach to y'all, man, because I know like people, that shit irritates people, right? And it shouldn't, bro. First of all, we on the computer. All you got to do is just let the people talk. You know what I'm talking about? They'll get tired of talking if they up here playing. But why you don't block the people and do all that shit, bro? Because them is the haters right there. They really ain't the haters. They just the fans that don't know how to articulate themselves. You know what I'm talking about? So they stay in the so they do shit like that. But all that shit is interaction. So I be hearing people talking about they trying to grow their channel and all that. Leave that shit up there then, bruh. Fuck who see that shit. Cause I think that be the problem that we be having. We don't be wanting somebody to come over here and tell a joke on us or say hella shit so the people could read it, man. You know what I'm talking about? I be saying fuck motherfucker anyway, so I don't give a fuck what you read. You know what I'm talking about? But on some real shit, man. Don't live this life worried, man. You gonna leave this motherfucker one day, folks. Get the most out this motherfucker you can. There ain't no telling when you gonna leave, bruh. You feel me? Ain't no telling when you gonna leave this motherfucker. You just wake up, anything happen in this motherfucker, bruh. So don't live your life, man, for that mess, and don't sit around here worrying, bruh. And damn sure don't be sitting around this motherfucker worried about what somebody else think. We be sitting around this motherfucker worried about what they be talking about, bruh. These people ain't even qualified to talk to a nigga, bruh. You worried about these minions. Fuck these people. There's all them type of motherfuckers right there that just talking about everything. Like, them the type of motherfuckers that ain't doing nothing, bro. Them the same type of motherfuckers that ain't got nothing going on. That's why they talking about everything else. You feel me? That's why they talk about everything else. So you don't let that shit be the deter you from doing anything, man. You don't. You'll be surprised what you could do if you believed you could do it. I'm telling you. You would. But I know if you don't believe it, you ain't finna do shit. You done killed yourself before you even got started. That's why I say you ever want to lose a fight, don't believe you can win that motherfucker. Be scared. You ever want to lose a fight, be scared to fight. Sitting here, you done told yourself because this motherfucker 9 feet tall or something, that there's no way you can win the fight. So you just sit there. Please. Nigga that tall, his ankles weak as a motherfucker. That nigga, I'm going straight for the legs. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, y'all, I used to wrestle, right? I did that shit for real, bro. This is how I know, bro. On my mama. And this is why I was hella mad at my daddy. Shout out my daddy, man, Pops. Because I had already won, nigga. We was in Frisco. I had already, so what? I love Cali accents. Oh, I see you, mama. I got one too from East Oakland, 7400 one-way bandit. You know what I'm talking about, MacArthur. You know what I'm talking about? On some real shit. But nigga, I didn't already won the match. Nigga, I got gold medal, nigga. I just gotta wait to walk over there and go see it, man. There ain't even nobody for me to fight, man. Baby cuz got an easy one, so I thought this is how my daddy played too much. You know what I'm talking about? He just looking around, man. I was about 13, 12, I don't know, but I was a heavyweight. I weighed like 161. I think I weighed like 175. Man, this other nigga weighed like 220, bro. This nigga, we was both like 12, 13 years old. This nigga was so motherfucking big, blood. That nigga was hella fat, folks. I ain't bullshitting with you. They didn't wouldn't pick this nigga up out the stands and shit after I done already had gold. Now I gotta sit over here and tussle with this big fat motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about my gold medal that was already mine, man. But my daddy was telling me, man, you don't want that shit like that, man. Fight somebody, you know what I'm talking about? Wrestle somebody, man. So me and this nigga got to wrestle, man. I'm looking at this nigga. I ain't scared, but I'm nervous. You know what I'm talking about? This nigga hella big. I'm trying to think, nigga, ain't nothing I could do with this nigga. So I thought, you know what I'm talking about? So this is what happened, man. The nigga come up in there, he just arrested me with his big old ass. And when you just, not WWE wrestling, like college wrestling, it's a circle they got, man. You can't keep going up out that motherfucker, right? So this big ass nigga kept on coming up in there with the full course press on me, man. I'm just backing up light on baby cuz feet, right? So, but I done went out the circle about 2 times. The referee, they like, bro, you go out that circle one more time, you gonna get disqualified, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Baby cuz can't have a disqualification on his record. Nah, I can't have one of those. So they said, go next time. Me and this nigga, we done locked up. You know what I'm talking about? We like this. We all like this. You know what I'm talking about? Man, look, we went this way too much, man. It was too much weight. We both went to the ground. Bam, you know what I'm talking about? And this is what I realized, you know what I'm talking about? He wasn't light on his feet. So as soon as we hit the ground, then I jump right back up like kangaroo. You know what I'm talking about? Then I came with the whatever that shit Jimmy Fly Snooker be doing, nigga. And I came like this. You know what I'm talking about? 1-2 match over. You know what I'm talking about? Baby Cuz got up out of there on his big ass. You know what I'm talking about? And where the fuck my first place at? You can start talking shit after that. See, I told you, man, you should just let me go and get the medal. I don't want to have to do you like that. But that fat ass nigga, once we both fell, I damn near knocked the wind out myself. But all the wind was gone up out this hill. All the wind was gone up out this hill. That nigga was staying there, you know what I'm talking about? You can't let people get to their feet sometimes. Nigga sitting right there acting like we ain't in a full-blown wrestling match, moving hella funny and shit. This nigga taking his time to get up like somebody didn't call time out. This nigga still trying to roll over. When he tried to roll over, our Jimmy Superfly Snooker, bam, he went this way again. But that was over the funniest shit in life, nigga. My daddy will scream crying right now, man. I'm telling you, if you ask him about that shit. But that's how I know, bro. Just because motherfucker be big and all, half the time motherfucker don't even be knowing how to use their weight, bro. Motherfucker be off balance and some more shit. When I hit that nigga with that off the top turnbuckle, nigga, he was stunned. I took the rest of a little bit of wind he had up in him. Yeah, it was over with. I had to wrestle that nigga again too, bro. That was a good thing about wrestling. It was just like how they be boxing. Because if you ever lose, you'll see them niggas again. Because the first time, nigga, my first wrestling match, they was on my ass, man. I got crashed all into the tables and some more shit. That was my first. I'm thinking that I could just get up in there, you know what I'm talking about, with my regular street shit. Because I figured I'm figuring these white people and they ain't ready for the Baby Cuz, man. Them niggas knew that shit technically. Man, them niggas had me in all kind of armor. Man, them niggas had me in all kind of wrestling moves, bro. I ain't bullshit with you. Them niggas had me in all kind of wrestling moves, man. But the next time I see him, it was on. The next time I seen that nigga, I got disqualified anyway, man. The second time I was on his ass. I ain't wait for him to, the nigga, as soon as they said, hey, I was on his ass. But they disqualified me because somehow I slammed that nigga, but he had an asthma attack. And they trying to act like I had some kind of illegal slam or something, man. They was always trying to help that nigga. I didn't see that nigga no more after that. But after I got on that nigga ass the first time, and the second time I seen that nigga ain't lost no weight. So this finna go the same way. As long as he had that much weight on him, he wasn't limber on his feet. He couldn't fuck with me. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I was limber on my feet. I was just waiting for that nigga to go down again and jump off that motherfucking top turnbuckle on his ass again. You know what I'm talking about? The second time, I ain't even let him do nothing, man. I already told myself in my head, oh yeah, I got him. Because as soon as you get him to the ground, he can't move that fast. You know what I'm talking about? And the next time I get him to the ground, and I'm just gonna Jimmy Superfly Snooker him again. You know what I'm talking about? Because he can't move that fast. Now, if that nigga ever got a hold of you though and slammed you, you wouldn't get him from up under that shit. For real. That's why you don't fight big people in closed spaces. You don't. Like when you be in jail, nigga talking about let's go in the room. Pop! I'm a nigga, this the room. Right out here on this motherfucking tier, that's the room. Where we in space at. Cause you a goddamn fool. This is something I didn't get. Because out here, I know I done said what hella times, nigga, but out here, bruh, they say it's PC shit. See where I'm from, man, East Oakland. California, 7400, one-way bandits, MacArthur. See where these niggas be talking about let's go to the room. I ain't never understood that shit right there, right? Then by the time you get to the room, they didn't notify all their partners. So by the time you get to the room, there's 50 million motherfuckers at the door finna jump on your ass. I ain't never understood that. But they don't think that's PC shit. But if you got into it with a nigga out here and y'all was just on the tier, nigga, and you just fired on that nigga as soon as you got mad, they call that PC shit out here. Talking about you was on the tier. Like I ain't never understood that shit. That ain't PC shit where I'm from. You know what I'm talking about? I don't think that should be PC shit nowhere in the world, bro. Nigga talking, nigga, as soon as you get mad, nigga, I thought it was get down where you got mad at. That's what I was always taught. But you don't want me to get down where I get mad at, even though I'm out of state and it's all these, y'all, this is where y'all from. So I'm supposed to wait till this door open. And by the time the door open, you and 98 of your young homies finna be over there. Ain't nowhere in the world, bruh. You'll have to send them nigga a kite fucking with Baby Cuz. You gonna have to send them niggas a kite from the hole, nigga. And tell them nigga, me and a nigga from Oakland was we got into it. Next thing I know, on some real shit. But that don't make no sense. And I used to, cause it used to be motherfuckers, but not really. Cause it wasn't too many motherfuckers just exactly. It was a few motherfuckers. But a lot of them motherfuckers up there that be talking about they was from, like they be from the Bay, they be from Reno for real. You feel what I'm saying? So it wasn't just hella like, it wasn't just like hella motherfuckers like really from the town. It was a few. It's just a handful though. Frisco, Richmond, little shit like that. But I remember I ran in one of the motherfuckers after I done been. Y'all hold on. Man, it be live sometimes. I forgot what the fuck we was talking about. I think it was the motherfuckers. Oh, that's exactly what it was. But a motherfucker, bruh, try to talk me into them niggas' logic. And that's what I be just saying about the world. That ain't the logic where I'm from. You know what I'm talking about? That ain't the logic I picked up through my motherfucking through my life. You feel me? That ain't the logic I picked up through my life. So I'm not gonna let you talk me into some shit that goes against my logic. You know what I'm talking about? And the motherfucker tell like, bro, we out here, man, I don't give a fuck what they do out here, bro. You know what I'm talking about? And that's anywhere I'm at. You can't talk me into somebody else's logic, folks. You can't. Especially if they logic go against my logic. So I'm supposed to sit here. So this is what you telling me. That if we happen to get into it, I gotta sit right here and wait for this motherfucker to go collect all his partners before I fight. That don't make no sense to me. That just don't make no sense to me. So you're gonna put yourself at a disadvantage. That's why I told you, it's like if you ever in danger, bruh, and you don't see no way out, get off. Get off. You know what I'm talking about? But on some real shit, man, the moral in that story is don't let nobody else talk you into some shit that don't make no sense to you. You know what I'm talking about? Because that's how we getting in the world now. Like a motherfucker tell you like it's cool. I'm telling you, man, y'all right around the corner from wearing dresses and shit. Y'all right around the corner from that shit. And they gonna tell you that's fashion. They gonna have LeBron James come out in the jean quilt. Oh, when he do that, that's just gonna make that motherfucker pop, nigga. Yeah, that's just gonna make that motherfucker pop, nigga. Where the fuck are you? I ain't bullshit to you. No, I didn't know. That's what I'm saying. I didn't even know where to begin. My bad. That's you should have just called me and told me. I don't even know where the fuck it's at. I don't know where it's at. I know where it's at now. I was waiting for the thing, man. That's why communication rules the nation, y'all. I would prefer for you just to drop a bug in my ear. You feel me? And then everything could have been correct. I'm telling you, I remember I was doing that shit on Christmas, nigga. And ran straight into that nigga car. I ran into them niggas' Christmas present. Wasn't me. That was nice. Man, I backed straight up into them niggas' Christmas present and was on that motherfucker for hella long. I'm telling you, man, once I had a stick, nigga, once I popped that motherfucker, I'm telling you, that nigga grabbed my dough, he had that motherfucker open. He was trying to plant one on the baby cuz, right? Man, I'm telling you, if that nigga would have landed that punch right there that he was trying to orchestrate on the baby cuz, I'm liable to still be knocked out. He had that motherfucker cocked way back there. He had that motherfucker cocked. He couldn't keep up, though. No, he couldn't keep up. Once I got a hold of that stick, once I got that motherfucker, nigga, I hit second, nigga. Went around that motherfucking corner. If y'all would have seen how that nigga tumbled, you know what I'm talking about? I ain't never seen that nigga again either. And that's crazy, because that nigga just lived right up the street. he must have yeah, that one right there, he must have just said, man, them youngsters down the street crazy as a motherfucker. I'm gonna leave them alone. Cause I thought he was gonna come back the next day. Christmas, the day after Christmas. I thought he was gonna come down there, want some retribution for his motherfucking truck, his Christmas present. Man, we hit that motherfucker hella hard, man. Hella hard. Sometimes I be thinking about that shit, bro. I be feeling bad as a motherfucker, man. Man, we didn't destroy hella people property and shit. Just did hella shit playing as kids. Once I'm grown now, I look at that shit, man. I've been body slammed the motherfucking playing with a motherfucker the way we used to play with motherfuckers, man. But we landed straight on that nigga Christmas present. And we was out there for about an hour and 30 minutes trying to get that motherfucker up off that nigga car. Then they came out. I'm like, god damn. But it just so happened when he came out, my nigga Ken Green Eyes, and AF and them came back around the corner in that motherfucking Delta and pushed me up off that motherfucker, man. That nigga pushed me fast enough so I could, you know, if you got a stick, nigga, and your car off, you could pop the clutch on that motherfucker. I ain't even know how to, this is like my third day of having this car. And I ain't even know how to drive a stick. I just bought a car, nigga. I ain't even know how to drive that motherfucker. I figured once I bought that motherfucker, I'd learn, you know what I'm talking about? But it was a nice car on the market, you know what I'm talking about? So baby cuz take that motherfucker up off their hands. And didn't know how to drive that motherfucker. That's how I ended up on that nigga motherfucking truck, trying to pop the clutch backwards. Because also at a stop sign on the hill, if you don't know what you're doing, your car shut off on you. You know what I'm talking about? Just like it shut off on me. And somehow I'm trying to pop this motherfucker going in reverse. And I ain't looking in all my mirrors, you know what I'm talking about? I just crunched that nigga shit. Bam! That motherfucker had bow on it and everything, nigga. Christmas present. That nigga had that motherfucker. Now I think about it, that nigga was hella quick. Cause I'm going up the motherfucking hill, that nigga was running with me. I'm going all the way up the hill in first. Clutch getting hella loud. Nigga, I popped that motherfucker in the second, nigga. It was over for that nigga, man. I went that way, bro. That nigga, that shit, it looked like a commercial or something, like somebody was being funny or trying to be funny, you know what I'm talking about? Nigga, that nigga rolled in a perfect motherfucking, that nigga rolled in the perfect thing, man. That nigga went straight. He didn't go crooked or nothing. That nigga was like this, going hella fast, tucking and rolling. That nigga must have took some, been a fireman or something. That nigga had his elbows tucked. That nigga was like this. Nigga rolling like a nigga was rolling with one of them motherfucking cigarette rollers. I ain't never seen that nigga after that, man. That nigga, he wasn't fucking with the youngsters down the street no more after that one. It just seemed like I done had hella motherfucking legendary moments on Christmas. Nigga, hella shit happened on Christmas. I ain't never thought about that shit until just then, man. Christmas just might be bad luck for baby cuz. Or the time to show him a star. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that motherfucking Christmas. It's a night, damn, it's only 2:38. I thought it was a little bit later than that. But it's getting about time for baby cuz to do his motherfucking thing. I've been running around all motherfucking day. I should have went live from this other motherfucking phone so we could have got a hold of some of that good rap music. You know what I'm talking about? How many of y'all shitted on y'all self when Facebook and Instagram and all that shit went down today? Was you nervous? Was you hella bored instantly? Did you panic? Was you nervous like it was an earthquake or a real motherfucking natural disaster? Did you panic that you couldn't get on Facebook or Instagram? I bet you some of y'all felt like y'all whole world was over right then and there. Y'all better pay attention, but that's the type of shit I'm talking about. And I noticed in the last, nigga, that's back to back actually. Yeah, that's back to back actually. Yeah, that's back to back. The Should have run around the other way. The power went off. Then that all them apps and shit. Cause right now, if they just took that shit like off, like they just cut that shit out. Hell yeah. I think if they just cut that shit off, like I think it would take the world hella long to adjust back to just being normal. If they was just to kill this internet shit right now, I think a lot of motherfuckers would be lost for hella just I'm telling you, this shit already like crack. Y'all will be getting back just like the Knox. Slowly, it's like if they just cut all this shit off right now, a lot of people will be lost. It'll really take them hella long to get back in the world of no computers and shit. They really wouldn't want know how to operate. Yeah, right. I'm telling you, it's already killing the like how to socialize. They already killing that shit. I seen little kids like have better like social skills than grown motherfuckers. Like just being a kid, just being normal. The older motherfuckers would be like, I'm telling y'all, just talking to a motherfucker in the store and you know the checkout clerks, the motherfucker act like she couldn't even motherfucking I don't know, like talk. Like she was just stuck laughing and shit. I figured she was high, but you know what I'm talking about? I figured she was high, but man, I don't just stuck. Motherfucker don't even know how to well you can ask a motherfucker for directions or something where the and the motherfucker don't even know how to like they just be stuck, nigga. Like they be ready to grab their phone and text you the answer. Uh, I don't know. Like I say, watch yourself, man. Just what the fuck I just do? Let the motherfuckers get you into a state where you just don't do shit for yourself no more. Like you just didn't got out of thinking for yourself. You just used to ask and Google shit like all that. Don't still know how to do that shit without that shit, basically. If I see one more white bitch with a dirty backpack, I'm going in the house. There's enough of that shit. I ain't bullshitting with you. I'm telling you, if I just see one more white bitch with a dirty backpack, because for some reason, this is just my logic. If I knew I was fucking around or something like that, I'm gonna get a dark color backpack. I'm gonna get me something like a navy blue, charcoal black, you know what I'm talking about? I'm not getting no light ass backpack. And you know he ain't doing nothing but running around here in hella dirt, rocks, and mud and shit. I'm not getting no light backpack. I ain't getting no light color backpack. I'm not. And for some reason, these hoes keep going to grab that motherfucking pink one. Now look, I know pink's supposed to be a girly color and all that. But bitch, next time y'all go get one of them motherfuckers, go and grab a dark color. Because the motherfucker supposed to be pink. By the time you go get to do what you doing, that motherfucker brown anyway. You know what I'm talking about? You just could have got the root beer one from the beginning. You know what I'm talking about? But just a pink backpack. And that motherfucker just be hella dust stains and I don't know what be on that motherfucker. Be looking like shit, nigga. Look like somebody to splash the ashtray on that motherfucker or something, right? That like, and you going to do some, you trying to go get your game off. Your backpack finna give you away. Backpack ain't even clean. You done already put security on you. You done already put security on you, mama. Because they know. But the motherfuckers that have been going up in there with that dirty ass pink backpack, those are the ones normally trying to get their game off. So the moral of this story, man, just go on and get the navy blue. You know what I'm talking about, the charcoal black one. Yeah, man, because that dirty ass pink, I'm telling you, if I see one more white bitch with a dirty ass backpack and all the motherfuckers been pink, I'm going in the house. Yeah, I'm going in the house. I can't stand that shit. I'm going in the house. I'm gonna start thinking that shit means something. Like that shit a bad omen or something. Like, hey, you supposed to let a black cat cross the street. He said, what the, I remember the days before computers, before Google, before Facebook, when people actually talk. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, for real. That's damn near obsolete. Now that's what I ain't seen, but they probably got one of them motherfuckers too. When you lose the library, that's when you gonna know that the when we near the end. When they come, cause like I noticed how, you know how they chop, like how it used to be a Hollywood movie and Blockbuster and shit, where you used to have to go get the VHS tapes or whatever. You don't bring that motherfucker back, they put that motherfucker on your credit. They've been to charge you about $48 for Ghostbusters. You know what I'm talking about? You ain't bring that motherfucker back. We used to do that with hella Nintendo games. Go get hella Nintendo games out that motherfucker. I ain't bringing back nothing. But when they do that to the library, or make a digital library or something like that, where you can't walk in that motherfucker no more, it's gonna be close to over. Yeah, it's gonna be close to over. Really, that's right now. You gotta like you said you had to go to the library. Oh yeah. The like I don't know. Cause I be hella surprised when I be coming by hella little nephews and shit that ain't even, that don't know how to fish and shit. I can't even imagine not knowing how to fish. I couldn't. Not only that, that shit lightweight fun. And I was going when I was like younger. I could just imagine now, like how they was then. Them niggas used to be sitting around with their weed, beer, and it just was a good ass time. It was a good, like, we don't really be having that man bonding moments no more, like that, between the older generation and the younger generation. We don't. Now these niggas be bonding over talking about the bitches for the streets and all that shit. Am I supposed to split a bill? Is it? I supposed to split your motherfucking head down the middle? Niggas, you can get the fuck up out of here. You know what I'm talking about? But it's just like, it ain't none of them bonding experiences no more. You might get something close, like somebody might play basketball, football or something, but like, don't nothing really beat that old school going fishing and shit. So I messed up. I swear to God I do. And we used to always do that shit. You know how motherfuckers be partying like every, man, my family used to throw something for every motherfucking holiday. Easter, 4th of July, Memorial's Day, all that shit, man. Only thing we didn't throw nothing for, I think, was like Halloween. But we used to actually be going to Clear Lake area a few times a year. Me and my daddy, we stayed in Tracy at the Delta Mandola Whiskey Slough. We stayed fucking with catfish and crappie and shit. But we just stayed like outside fishing, and we'll be gone for hella long. Me and Pops will be out there damn near a week, nigga, 3, 4 days, 5 days straight. I remember I asked that nigga because like I was a kid, nigga, so I just felt like I don't like touching hella shit, nigga. I'm out there with hella dirt, rocks, bushes and shit. Nigga got to sit out there and take shits and shit around. Hella, that shit was like I don't know, a riveting experience. You know what I'm talking about? But I remember just like my I'm like, damn, we ain't got no soap, but we did have some soap. That's what we did bring, some soap. But the like that shit just felt like even after you did that shit, like you can still smell the clams and all that shit on your hands. You feel what I'm saying? Nigga out there smelling like hella pounds of grass, shrimp, and clams and shit, power worms. You know what I'm talking about, nigga, power worms. You know what I'm talking about? So I asked that nigga, I'm like, man, my shit feel funny, man. How you? That nigga said, man, they your hands. You know what I'm talking about? Talking about eating something because I felt funny about eating some chicken after that shit. Even though I washed my hands, they still smell like that shit. Man, that nigga looked at me and said, they your hands. You know what I'm talking about? What you think about them motherfuckers is who would matter. You can sit around there if you want to, nigga. This chicken, with this chicken smacking right now, nigga. Shit. I thought that was a FedEx truck knocking like that. I was like, goddamn. Yeah, they got sound system. But it's like they don't even really have amusement parks and shit like that no more. Out here, like even out here, man, I think I only know one thing that's outside. Unless they have one of them little junky ass carnivals or something. I don't be fucking with them, bro. Them motherfuckers is every one of them motherfuckers I done been in is kind of unsafe. Yeah, them carnivals they just be putting up in the Walmart parking lot and shit. I don't be trusting that shit a lot of times, bro. Cause them motherfuckers be they got hella motherfuckers in like Washington by Seattle, right? And the carnival people, man, I don't want to. They damn near like a gang, nigga. But they be having hella motherfuckers with them that just be off hella crystal and shit, bro. Sometimes them rides don't be up appropriate. That's why at a carnival, one of them, I'm not getting on nothing but that scrambler thing. I'm not getting in nothing that go in the air. I'm not getting in nothing that can fall while you on that motherfucker and you can get hurt. I ain't fucking with it. All that scramble thing could do, even if that motherfucker fell off, all that motherfucker could do is throw you into their little wall a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? But I was on the Flying Bobs, nigga. Me, Corey, and somebody else, bro. This way back at Frick. Nigga, we was on the Flying Bobs, nigga, and that motherfucker in front of us just fell off, nigga. It was hella sparks coming from that motherfucker. It was hella sparks coming from that motherfucker. Then look how they played us after the motherfucker then came off. They said y'all want to ride again, we'll give y'all some free rides. Man, you don't get the, I ain't getting on this motherfucker here again in my life, nigga. I want a free ride, man. You don't get the fuck up out of here, nigga. I want millions. Nigga, that's what I want. Nigga, I want millions. And I'm such a player, I ain't even tell on them. You know what I'm talking about? I just told my partners, bro, don't get on that shit, bro. I ain't even report them people to the health department, nothing like that, man. I just got on up out of there. I was glad me and my folks were safe. We just got on up out of there and spread the word, man. Y'all gotta watch them Flying Bobs, man. Cause that motherfucker came off, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? It was nobody in this one. I was in this one and my partners and them was in the front of that motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? And we just looking at that motherfucker scrape the ground. Hella sparks, nigga. Hella sparks. This nigga talking about we'll give y'all a free ride. Nigga, not on that motherfucker, nigga. We want millions. Nigga, pay us now, nigga. We want millions, nigga. Give us some popcorn tickets or something around this bitch, nigga. Some nachos or something, nigga. I'm not riding this motherfucker again. Free ride. Nigga, please. But they don't like, cause out here, they put everything in the casino. Them people just want you inside that casino. There's, I mean, they got a few, like spots, cause I know a PF Change, you ain't gotta go in the casino. I know a Benihana, you don't gotta go in the casino. It's a few places that you could go, you know what I'm talking about, that's really some cool restaurants. But most of they shit they put inside a casino. Hell, pay that. Yeah. Nigga, they put inside the casino. Because they want you inside that casino. They do. They want you inside that motherfucker. They want you looking at them slot machines and all that lights. Motherfuckers be getting caught up in that shit like a motherfucking motherfucking slot machines, man. Now I know some motherfuckers who I know some professional gamblers, man, that just know how to they be hitting them slot machines. They do. They be hitting them slot machines. Man, them motherfuckers, they just have you in front of that motherfucker, bruh. Like that shit, it do something to your mind. It play it like a trick on your mind. But that machine always has you in your mind thinking that you finna hit big the next one. Yeah, house always wins sooner or later. That's why I'm one of them motherfuckers. But you got gamblers out here, so what they do, bro? They hit everything. They just go all night. They'll go to, especially they got these little things out here called dotties. So you'll go to one, see what you can win about that motherfucker, win about 200, 150. You lead out when they go to the next one. See what you can hit. Then they just be staring at motherfuckers, but they do that shit all night. I know hella motherfuckers that's successful. I ain't really, I think the most I ever won out of motherfucking slot machine was like 1,800. Like 1,800. No, I hit on a Buffalo machine. Nigga, one night, I swear to God, that shit was like magic. I don't even know how much I won. I was so motherfucking drunk. But I was just hitting that motherfucker, man. It came to a point, I was in that motherfucker, and it was like late at night, I want to say. I was either at Lofton or the state line. But I was so motherfucking drunk, it was one of them nights where I guess the cool shift was on. Because, you know, Brett tests them. I wait till it get real late. I'm one of them niggas that be smoking my weed inside the casino because I hate getting up off the machine and have to go outside. So I'm one of them people that I'll go way over here, light that motherfucker up, hit it 3 times, then bounce from way over there, then be somewhere else where the weed smoke ain't at. You know what I'm talking about? And how they ass running around all night like that. Yeah, I'm one of them niggas that, but it was one of them nights, bro. They was letting the motherfuckers smoke. It depends on the security and the cocktail. That's who it depends on, really, too. Whatever security is on the float and the cocktail bitch. Because if you got them 2 cool people right there, they not even gonna mention nothing unless somebody from upstairs say somebody smoking weed or something. They ain't gonna even mention it. Then if they get a call that somebody, they'll come tell a motherfucker. You feel me? Well, you gotta cool out now. They didn't, you know what I mean? But nigga, it was just buffaloes all night. It was me and this other old ass drunk white lady. Nigga, we went she told me to start fucking with her machine. I was sending her ass to the bonus round. And I'm talking about that motherfucker just kept going back and kept going back and kept going back to the bonus round. It wasn't nothing but buffaloes on that motherfucker. And even in the bonus round, that motherfucker was hitting buffaloes. That shit was crazy. He kept getting them coins. So I don't even know how much I won that night though. Like I said, I was so motherfucking drunk. That was a fun ass night though. I was just in that motherfucker by myself with the old ass white lady, and it was like another Paisa bitch down there. But that was a fun ass night. And I had my motherfucking my other Bluetooth. So we was down there knocking that motherfucking that song by the Mind Fingers. I don't know what the fuck the motherfucker did. 10,000, 20,000, that shit right there. So we was in that motherfucker kicking it. We was in that motherfucker kicking it. But I don't do good on slot machines. pretty good at poker, but I don't even fuck with casinos no more. I already got that shit out my blood. Like I said, I've been out here for a minute, since like 2003 off and on. So I don't even, like everybody I know that actually live here, don't nobody go to the casino. That shit like, if they do go to the casinos, they don't really be on the strip. They go to all the little, like hole in the wall casinos and shit. All them dotties are little hole in the wall, Skyline, Joker's Wild Ass casinos, the Longhorn and all that shit, Boulder Station and all that shit. They don't even go up there on the strip. That shit lightweight for tourists. I don't really know nobody out here that actually, the strip ain't where it's at. I guess like for a tourist and you ain't seen nothing, that's where all the lights at and shit. But if you live out here, nigga, you don't want to be nowhere near that strip. They had it. That shit too much, like hassle. They be running a real, I mean, it's cool. It's cool as a motherfucker, but they'll run a tight shift if you running around here trying to smoke weed, drink, and you know how you might fuck with it. That shit might be that's why I don't like getting rooms on the strip, even though the motherfuckers is cool as a motherfucker. But like when you be in them, the only one I ever found, nigga, that you could dump and ball like that was the Treasure Island. And I think that's just because of the way they rooms is made. But all them other ones, they don't let you dump and ball. They'll get to coming up there talking about your music too loud. They smell weed smoke. If you keep up, they gonna we gonna check y'all out and all that shit right there be too much of a hassle. But the Treasure Island, the only one I've been there. Nice ass suite too. That's the only one I've been in where they didn't bother a motherfucker. That's why I really rather if you gonna dump and ball, I'd rather even the Marriott's. I don't know, they got one, the Marriott that be outside. You could dump and ball in them motherfuckers with the like the loft thing upstairs and shit. You could dump and ball in them, but they knock on your door and shit too much. You feel what I'm saying? Especially if you they see hella niggas and shit in that motherfucker, hella motherfuckers jumping out with chains and you know what I'm talking about? That type of crowd. They'll just keep knocking on that motherfucker like for no reason and shit. Just knock on your door talking about is everything alright or do you need some more towels or you know what I mean? Some crazy shit right there just to get a see what y'all doing up in there, seeing if y'all smoking any weed or something. And that's the when it comes to that, I don't like being hassled after I done spent my money. If you done spent hella money, oh shit, my bad. Shit, nice. Flip them a tip and they look the other way. Hey, no, they be they really be trying to get you up out of there. They really like that'll work on the flow, but when you be in them rooms, I don't know what that shit be. I'm telling you, I did that shit one night, tipping a motherfucker in the we was in a low budget ass casino too, and they kicked us up out that motherfucker. And the bitch I had been tipping all night, she was the motherfucking ringleader for the motherfucker to get me up out of there. That's why I don't even tip no more, bro. I promise you. I was tipping that bitch all night. Then as soon as the records come, they was trying to act like, motherfucker, we lost hella money in that motherfucker. It was me, my mama, and the Ferris one. We lost hella money up in that motherfucker. And then they kicked us out at the end. And the same bitch I had been tipping all night, man, she was right there on the other side of the people trying to make it seem like a motherfucker been a menace all night. We was in that motherfucker hella long. They kicked us up out that motherfucker. That bitch came over there. I knocked that bitch whole tray up out that bitch hand. I turned around. I said, "You ungrateful bitch. This motherfucker been up in here all day. You know what I'm talking about? Giving your ass a tip every time you come back. You stayed around the motherfucker. I don't even think you went nowhere else. You just stayed hovering around our machines. Then as soon as the shit went down, she over there acting like, yeah, I looked at that bitch, bam, knocked that bitch whole tray out her motherfucking hand. All the tips went everywhere, all the glasses, and the security just looked at me walk up out that motherfucker. Said, fuck y'all. You know what I'm talking about? I 86 me from that motherfucker. I can still go back up in there though. But they 86 me from motherfucking I can still go back up in there though. I just don't. One of the motherfuckers closed down. The East Side Cannery in Samstown. I don't even fuck with that. I don't even go spend my money with them people no more. I'm telling you, they pepper sprayed me and everything, man. They did the baby cuz dirty about my motherfucking money. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga, what night was that? Who was fighting? But I had 200 on Sean Porter, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Love one. Eddie Mac, what's good with it, man? I see you. The Eddie Mac, love one, what's good with it, man? How you doing out there, man? You hear that new piece of music I put out there last night? They said, ooh, wee. Yo, that's my nigga Eddie Mac, man. You know what I'm talking about? One of my old school childhood friends, man. I got to smoke to that one, Eddie Mac. I told y'all my nigga Eddie Mac hella big, like the what's that nigga name? That be running through walls and shit. The Juggernaut, nigga. I told y'all, man, my nigga, my loved one, man. Nice to see you out there, man. On everything. I couldn't even see when I seen Love One. I knew that was somebody. You know what I'm talking about? Love One. What's happening with you, big dog? But they kicked us plumped on up out that motherfucker. No, but who was fighting? Nigga Sean Porter was fighting Danny Garcia. Nigga, I had 200 on Sean Porter, nigga. Man, I went down there to get my money from the motherfucking cannery. First of all, they 42 faked me because I had a big ass commotion there. They was talking about they couldn't pay me, something wrong with the machine. I'm throwing the nuts like, hell no, bro. I'm gonna need my money. With nothing wrong with that motherfucker when I made the bet. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, you the coldest when it comes to these lyrics. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, Nick Cuss, I see it. Oh man, all my people hovering around this motherfucker today, man. You know what I'm talking about? Worldwide. The coldest, man. I'm telling you, you can put anybody, your favorite rapper. You can put him up next to the baby cuz, man. Baby cuz I'm gonna melt him. You know what I'm talking about? The longer the battle go on, you gonna see that nigga melt, nigga, like when they poured the water on that bitch in the Wizard of Oz. You gonna see that nigga going in the downward spiral. You know what I'm talking about? You gonna see that nigga spinning around, nigga, like that nigga on the ends of tails of the hood, nigga, when they got the crumbling that paper up. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, man, I went over there, that motherfucker trying to collect my money, man. Them people said, go to Samstown, they gonna pay you. Man, as soon as I got to Samstown, man, they had the whole security force out there waiting for me. And this is another time I should have just left well enough alone and went on by my business. So I'm just hella mad. They surrounded me, telling me to get off their property. I done cussed them out. Then I was finna leave, and something just told me, man. Something just told me. Man, fuck these people. Nigga, I must have went back to that motherfucker nigga as soon as I opened that door, nigga pepper sprayed me. That nigga pepper sprayed the baby kid. Talking about get down, get down. Baby cuz got in the karate stance. I jumped up out that motherfucker and got in the karate stance. And start yelling, kicking, doing all that shit. Any motherfucker I feel around me, you getting fired on. Come on with it. So baby cuz out there in the karate stance. Then the real police came. Oh man, they did a number on baby cuz. I had to go back out, man. I went to jail. I don't even know what I went to jail for, but they took me to jail, man, and I ain't even go to jail. That was like on some walkthrough shit. So when they walked me through that motherfucker, they just 86 me. I wanted to go get my money, but ever since then, man, I never spend my money with them people again. I wouldn't, man. Cause out here they be on that too, man. They got ways to get you up out your jackpots and shit, folks. You been a hit on that motherfucker. They been came and told you it was a technical difficulty or something, bro. They'll come with just anything. Talking about, oh, is they bad or whatever, the machine wasn't set right or whatever, so you really didn't win the jack. They'll come tell you they reason why they not gonna give you your money. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, you gotta watch that one too, man. That's why poker really the best game out here. For one, you not playing the house, and for two, they can't deny your money. No, they can't deny you your money. You just go cash in your chips. But I done had some magical nights out here, man. I done had nights out here like never before. I ain't bullshitting with you. And I can't believe I used to be driving around as drunk as I was back then, because they don't really be playing in this traffic. It's kind of easy to get pulled over out here. But we used to be on great ones back to back to back to back. Scoring. Scoring like a motherfucker, you feel me? We used to have some, yeah, I done had some legendary nights out here as well. All while I've been living on, I done had some legendary ass nights. I ain't bullshitting with you. Yeah, I ain't bullshitting with you. Like right when I knew, because it was a time out here when like, I knew I was in some trouble, but I had bailed out. So it was like when I bailed out, like I knew I was in some trouble. So it was like I was just trying to get the most about my days before I had to go sit down for a while. And still got end up didn't get that long, but 'cause I only got to stay out for 90 days and I was gone for hell long after that. But before they revoked my 'cause I had to go to a bail hearing, nigga, because they was trying to revoke my bail. But before that shit, man, I remember one time, man. I remember nigga. Matter of fact, it was the day that I found out they was trying to revoke my bill, because I was trying to go pay my lawyer. I was trying to go give him some money. I ain't talked to him in a minute. And when I called him, now I think about it, I don't know why that nigga didn't call me. Why the fuck I had to call him? You know what I'm talking about? But when I did call that nigga, man, that nigga told me, man, what the fuck was you out there doing, man? Them people wanna, I got this bail hearing and all that shit. So I told that nigga to set that motherfucker off, nigga, because it was Christmas. Christmas was coming up. My birthday, all that shit. And I had a motherfucker. I should have just ran now. Think about it. Some motherfuckers around. Hey, man, I went to that motherfucker and didn't see the streets again for hella long, nigga. On some bullshit. But, we had hella fun. In them little ass 90 days. Just hella fun, nigga. I promise you, like every day, nigga, was, just every day. It was lobster, shrimp, you know what I'm talking about? Lobster, shrimp, steaks. Baby, it was just, for them little 90 days right there, man, we was moving and grooving. Nigga, but the day I found out I was playing, I didn't even, that shit took the wind out my sail. That shit broke me down. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, fuck it, we finna live. It was like that scene from Paid in Full when that nigga was sitting in the car talking about he need to feel some love and all that shit. It was like, one of them nights right there. We ain't even moved, nigga. We stayed in front of one place. I ain't bullshitting. We stayed in front of one place. And I can't even remember nothing like that for me really in the game. I'm talking about we stayed in one place and just kept walking in and walking out that motherfucker. I'm telling you, we sent about 5, 6 people in that motherfucker different, man. That shit was crazy. I ain't bullshitting with you. And not only was we in front of the place, nigga, we in front of the place slapping, nigga. We acting like we at the sideshow in front of the place, bro. I ain't even bullshitting with you. I ain't bullshitting with you. Off that face, off that, it was a mixtape by Drake and that Plies. And we were sitting out there off hella, I don't know if y'all remember when they used to sell the Hennessy Privilege, but they used to sell that motherfucker in a black like a flask. We had hell of them motherfuckers, bro. Bullshit you not, nigga. We had about 10 of them motherfuckers, 12 of them motherfuckers, because they was the little ones. So we just buy hell of them motherfuckers. We just had the whole car, nigga. The legs was juice, nigga. We had a party, but we kind of knew the legs, so the legs was the people family anyway. A few of my partners from the pen and shit, and just hell of they people. We was like 3 carloads deep. We was 3 carloads deep, man. We was damn, it's a nigga out here from the Gerson. My nigga Romy Rome from the Garson him, and I can't think my other nigga that tattoo. I can't think of my nigga name. But he from out here, he from the Garson, my nigga that tattoo. I can't think of the nigga name. But nigga, we was on a good one. Cause I knew me and Ron was in the pen together. I don't know if my nigga Champ I was in the pen with was with us from the 90s. I know he was with us earlier. Nigga, that day went on just hella like, nigga, it was a morning part. Nigga, it was the afternoon part, nigga, and a night part. That shit was crazy. With just hella people. Hella legs in this motherfucker, bruh. That's back when if you was around when people used to pass out money. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga probably have passed you a few hundred. Multiple different people. If you was down on your luck. Them was some good old days. I'm still trying to remember my nigga name. I think it started with a T. My nigga, I mean a C. My nigga used to be doing tattoos and shit. I want to say my nigga name Supreme. I want to say my nigga name Supreme. I don't know. Don't hold me to it. But he was there. Just that whole motherfucking morning. That shit was that whole day, nigga, was smacking. Cause I'm promise you, I'm gonna say even after the split, a motherfucker walked off with about 16. I said 16,000. You know what I'm talking about? He said, over 16,000. You know what I'm talking about? He said, yeah, you the coldest. Oh, that's the. And back to that, yeah, hell yeah, man, they ain't gonna never give me credit. That's why I just do that shit, man. I ain't looking for credit either. Y'all remember that one? But I know myself. You can't tell me because I know. You feel me? So you just can't go find nobody that's harder than me. You know what I'm talking about? They gonna say why they can't because I'm just the hardest. You know what I'm talking about? The rawest. You know what I'm talking about? I seen that nigga from way over there. I smelt them people coming. You know what I'm talking about? I just seen a cold duo go up in this motherfucker right here, man. You feel me? And they backpack was clean. It was a white dude and a black dude. You know what I'm talking about? They backpack was clean. I think they got more action than that bitch with the boy. And this one I don't never get about the white booster bitch. And I ain't prejudiced, y'all, but I don't never get that. Like if you was going somewhere to steal something, I just think you would try to if you could help it. Like you might want to try to put up on some slacks, look a little bit more business orientated, right? Than the motherfucker going. But everyone, like the bitches I be seeing with them dirty pink backpacks, these hoes always got like some funny color shades, just look like you high as a motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? You just walk up into that motherfucker knowing you finna steal, but you look like you just came from like a Mac Dre concert or something. You know what I'm talking about? You got on your stunner shades, they either white, pink, or red, just some other color on the side instead of just regular glasses with the tints on the motherfucker. You going up in that motherfucker chiseling. You know what I'm talking about? Look, I told you I smelt them motherfuckers. I don't know if he's just making this patrol or one of the groups that got snagged. You know what I'm talking about? One of them groups that got snagged. Let's hope he just be on his way, just doing his rounds, right? Yeah, let's just hope he's doing his rounds, man. Cause that's the worst thing on earth, nigga. I ain't bullshitting with you. Oh man. They did me like that, so somebody might be in trouble. Let's hope not. But they did me like that, bruh. I ain't gonna bullshit with you. They pulled up behind me in the parking lot so I couldn't pull off. And they went up in there and did some other shit. I said, bro, why they pull behind you, man? I told you, bro, always has some gang jumping on. That's what I'm saying. We act like we don't be regular people no more and shit. Y'all ain't never been fucking with the boosters. Booster ain't never pulled up on you talking about I give you a few dollars, you just take me to the store. Or y'all don't be fucking with it like that. That just be bruh. You know what I'm talking about? Man, please. Yeah, I think somebody done got nailed. Let's hope not, though. Because I ain't seen them jump out the car yet. But they most definitely done pulled up behind somebody. Yeah, they most definitely done pulled up behind somebody. But I don't see another one neither, so somebody might still got action. Yeah, when they pull you over, you gotta bust your move before that other one pull up. Whatever you gonna do. Because if the other one pull up, most of the time it just be over right then. I can't stand two police cars coming around me, man. You know what I'm talking about? Even if you ain't did nothing, that should have put a thought in your head like, man, what this other motherfucker pull up for? You ain't did nothing. I remember one day they were so mad at the baby cuz. Because they get mad at me because I got my license and all that shit. So you can't just come around here searching my car. Even when I caught my big case, I told you the motherfuckers, I had another motherfucking, no, somebody might be great. I think they might have just been taking somebody, checking somebody motherfucking, they do petty shit like that. Check your motherfucking, like if you got a handicap sign, they'll actually run that motherfucker. Like to see if that motherfucker valid or not. That motherfucker still sitting right there. To see if that motherfucker valid or not. And get your ass a ticket for that. They get your ass a ticket for anything out here in this motherfucker. Anything. But they always, because I got my license, so they always try to run you on your way, especially if you got anything with guns or some shit like that. It's like they always, oh no, somebody flagging their ass down. That's what they looking for. Somebody, I told y'all, out here, nigga, regular normal citizens to see you do something, they gonna call the police on you. That's what they was looking for. Some bitch just ran up to him with the grievance. I hope it ain't Big Baby right here they looking for, cause she walking kind of fast on her phone. Like she might have been whoever they looking for is the other way. Cause they shot up out of there, so it wasn't Big Baby. God forgive me, man. That walking killing her, man. That motherfucker. Man, wherever she came from, it's whooping her ass. She moving kind of fast for a big girl, though. That bitch said, that motherfucking sidewalk tearing her motherfucking ass up, nigga. On everything. But no, the culprit must have got away because they shot up out of here. That's crazy as shit now. I don't think I could just see nobody doing nothing. Say call the police. It do. I told you I was in that motherfucker when cause I understand that game right there. Cause a lot of times when you be having like insurance and all that shit, a certain type of shit on something like before you can even get the money for your game, like you gotta make a police report. Like your shit was vandalized or anything like that. You gotta have that before you can even complete your game to get your pecans and shit. So I get that shit. And then you go down there, fake wig. I don't know what happened. I came home, my car, you know what I'm talking about, and all that shit right there. But that shit just crazy. I told you, nigga, I was on a run and people had to report that their house had got broken into. And the police came up in that motherfucker while a nigga already sitting up in that motherfucker on the run. That was some of the most uncomfortable shit I ever had to go through in my motherfucking life. It was. Cause that's like, cause the like the thing in that shit right there is like trying to act normal. Hey, what's good with it, Big RV, man? I see you. I see you. Thank you for stopping through, my brother. Thank you. Like it's like you gotta sit there knowing that you on the run and still somehow try to be normal in real time around the police. That shit is like, that's why people don't understand. They get themselves away. Like you could be in there stealing. It's like you know you stealing. So for some reason you think everybody else could like everybody else know you stealing too. And they don't. So like you gotta just act normal. That's why the best boosters can get away with that shit. Cause they act normal. But a lot of people, they just get nervous because they know they doing something wrong. That guilty conscience will kill your ass. Fillmore Slice once again, man. Shout out my nigga Fillmore Slice. You know what I'm talking about? The player. So you'll give yourself away. That's the hardest thing to do. That's why if you ever see a motherfucker like that, whether they a good person or the like when you find a bad, them be some cold motherfuckers, bro. I'm telling you, people who can master that shit and like they be doing bad shit, like they been fucked around and killed their own auntie and shit, and be helped looking for her and shit, and don't show no. Them is some dangerous people if they bad people. I'm telling you, them motherfuckers is down near serial killers. Cause you would never know. That should be like you in a movie, nigga, Cat and Mouse, nigga inside a John Patterson novel. Nigga said here married a motherfucker about a John Patterson novel, nigga. That shit crazy as a motherfucker. But yeah, that's the hardest thing, bruh. It's like not giving that shit away yourself. Because you'll be so nervous, you'll make yourself look awkward as a motherfucker. And a lot of people do that, especially when it comes to the police. You ain't never got pulled over. You know you got the pistol tucked in this place at the police. You just need this nigga in the back looking around and shit. Still hella nervous and shit. Police. I remember I did that. We was walking, nigga. I had hella dope in one mouth, blood. I ain't lying. We was walking, that nigga Track Star just pulled up on this nigga. We was walking up 75th. Track Star just pulled up on this nigga, flashed the light. It was me, Ken, and Z. I swear to God, bro, I got hella rocks in my mouth. Them niggas saved me, right? Cause we walking, he just pulled up playing this shit though. Like, hey guys, you got any dope out here today? Ken is he like, oh, Track, you know what I'm talking about? And he talking to us, right? I ain't saying nothing. That nigga said, man, what's wrong with your partner right there? You know what I'm talking about? He's acting a little bit nervous. Say, what's wrong with him? He had some dope on him. He said, no, there's something wrong with that guy right here. He's nervous as shit. What's that guy's deal? And I forgot what Z and Ken told that nigga. Nigga, I couldn't even talk, nigga. I was ready to run. And Track Star, one of them motherfuckers, that's why they call him Track Star. It ain't even like he fast, he just got hella wind. You ain't gonna outrun that nigga. He gonna catch you. That's how that nigga got the name Track Star. It was two of them. It was one in the east and one in the west. I think the other Track Star might have been black or Mexican or something. I don't know. But the Track Star I'm talking about is the one everybody know. That nigga flashed the light right in our face. Nigga, I had hella rocks in my mouth. I was nervous as shit. He seen it. That nigga seen it. I got a pass like a motherfucker. He said that guy right there, he's ready to run right now. He kept playing with us doing shit, you know what I mean? Like he just finna hop out and chase me and shit to see how I react. That nigga Ken was like, man, Track gone, man. Stop playing. We trying to have a good night, man. And they drove off. But you'll give yourself away most of the time. When you guilty, if you guilty of something, bro, you'll give yourself away. You will. That's why it's not good to be guilty looking at this nigga. You know what I'm talking about? These motherfuckers show is just flying around this motherfucker. I think one of them groups that snatched something up out this motherfucker worth something and got on somewhere. Now they flying around this motherfucker trying to look for the two. I don't even get that, man. No, I ain't nowhere in the world, especially if I didn't work for even if I worked for the company, nigga, I'm not, man, I don't give a fuck what y'all steal about this motherfucker, bro. That's why I ain't never wanted one of them, like them jobs. I don't want to be responsible for that shit, bro. I don't want to be having to tell nobody, go walk up on nobody, man, be like, hey, man, put that back. Man, that ain't what I want to do, bro. Sitting around there wrestling with the public and shit. You all at the motherfucker, you all at the motherfucking Walmart, man. 60 years old, sitting around this motherfucker wrestling with youngsters over some orange juice and sour powers and shit, man. No, no, man. Y'all gonna get that shit and have a nice day. Y'all gonna take that shit and have a nice day, man. I ain't trying to sit over here and be wrestling with nobody. And hey, man, you can't do that and all that shit, bro. It's just off top with that job, you put yourself in a fucked up position. You did. You put yourself in that position. You know what I'm talking about? I don't want to patrol shit before a motherfucker just to be walking in the store and they see you stealing something, nigga, and they call the police. That's crazy. Are they gonna notify the people? That's crazy. That's why I just think people be too nosy. I be walking around this motherfucker seeing motherfuckers steal all the time, man. That ain't none of my business. You know what I'm talking about? That nigga might owe somebody some money, man. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know. That shit ain't none of my business, man. I don't know why that nigga up in here stealing. But some of y'all that be stealing, man, at least know how to steal, man. Cause I be seeing you niggas in every store I go to just out in the open, bruh. Y'all finna get caught, bruh. Y'all finna get caught. See, I bet y'all finding it harder to steal now with them tight ass clothes on, ain't you? You know what I'm talking about? You ain't really got no room to stuff nothing nowhere. I ain't gonna see that shit, man. You know what I'm talking about? I remember niggas used to come up in there with some them baggy pants with all them pockets, walk up out that motherfucker with hella shit, nigga, hella candy bars, nigga have a whole pack of deluxe cookies. Nigga just stuck a whole pack, nigga, of deluxe cookies in his motherfucking pocket, nigga. All up under your waistband and shit. You can't do that with all them tight ass clothes on, nephew. Y'all gonna have to loosen that shit up, man. You up in here, nigga, anything you stick in your pocket, nigga, they can see. Nigga, they can read the label on that motherfucker, nigga. Y'all stick something in your pocket, nigga, you can ring that motherfucker across the little scanner, nigga, the barcode still gonna pick up. That tight ass shit up, man. Loosen that shit up, nigga. Blow some air in that shit, man. You know what I'm talking about? Get that shit up off you like that, man. If somebody done got away, that's good. I know once you like, especially if you just a regular person, like not like you know knocking nothing. You know what I'm talking about? Because dolphins, they don't give a fuck. That's their profession. But like if you a regular person and you just get caught stealing, I guess that would have to be embarrassing. I don't know, because I ain't never got caught stealing. I got caught stealing when I can't imagine me getting caught stealing as a grown person. Like even if I just walked in someplace and I just stuck hella candy bars in my pocket. I just can't see you stopping me. Like I just can't see myself getting caught. Now I might be corrected. They might got one of them super securities out there to just put a nigga in the full Nelson and pin you against the wall till the police get there. I ain't ran into him yet. I just can't see you telling me to stop. If this is what I really wanted, some candy bars and water, I just can't see it, bro. I can't. I can't see you. I just can't see myself getting put in handcuffs and shit about me stealing something up out this establishment. I can't. I can't even like. I don't know. I don't even know how people be getting caught. Now I done seen people get caught like they was already up in there getting down, and they had called the police, and then the police got there. I done seen that, but I just can't picture myself getting stopped before I get out the door, or before I just walked out the door, or like I walked in 7-Eleven or some motherfucking place, nigga, and just took everything I wanted, and whoever behind the counter just say freeze. I just can't see me. I can't see me. I just can't see me. I can't. I'm walking out this motherfucker. But I don't even see why people put so much like I can't never I would never be able to tell you this is my job. I can't. I can't. I swear, bro. I'm never just gonna be able to like this is my job. Like come on man, this is I ain't gonna be able to do that. Cause I believe you're supposed to get away with everything. I don't want to protect no franchise. I just don't. I ain't finna be arguing no motherfucker about these people's shit. And y'all can have this shit. I'm gonna act like I don't see you. I'm gonna go somewhere else and start helping somebody. Just imagine that shit walking up. Excuse me, sir. You know what I'm talking about? You know these motherfuckers up in here high as a Soviet satellite. High as a Soviet satellite. And you gotta walk around here all day fucking with crystal heads and shit. That'll fuck my day up. I ain't fucking with them people. You chasing you chasing crystal heads all day. They been to fuck your good day up, man. I don't even want this job. On some real shit. Them motherfuckers around right there. The fire now shit off. This make no sense. I'ma have to. Yeah, I'ma have to. You know what I'm saying? Go fuck with the people real quick. That's their brother people. Yeah, you gotta go out here every now and then, bro. Fuck with the people. Yeah, man, bro, we been in the corner, man. Nothing much. Fucking with it. You know what I'm talking about? Out here, about to stake my claim on this thing we call Earth. But it ain't nothing much, man. All it's really ever gonna take, bruh, is for you to believe you could do it. It ain't gonna really take, I mean, it's gonna take more than that. You're gonna need a little bit of effort, a little bit of consistency, willpower, and all that shit right there. Big bitch made it to the bus stop. But for the most part, you just gotta believe you can do it. Yeah, you gotta believe you can do it. And don't let nobody talk you out that shit. Especially now, because the motherfucker, like, I done seen like one motherfucker could break a motherfucker dream. Like one motherfucker could come tell you, man, that shit ain't funny, or man, that shit ain't, and that'll break a motherfucker whole spirit. That'll break a motherfucker whole spirit. That motherfucker start doubting themselves or feeling less about they shit. Man, you can't care what these people talking about. You can't. Nigga, y'all seen me walk around this motherfucker for damn near a year with half a mustache. Ain't nobody else in the world would have did no shit like that. They would have cut their whole face off. I've been running around this motherfucker looking like Gary Coleman. Nigga, you know what I'm talking about? I ain't doing that shit. I'm gonna wait for that shit to grow back, nigga. I had enough confidence to do it, bro. I don't give a fuck what you say about my mustache. I knew it was growing back. Not only that, bro, you ain't had to wear my half a mustache. But everybody thought that was a joke. I ain't heard one motherfucker that was talking about where your mustache at. I ain't seen them since my mustache been gone. See, that's what's wrong with us now. We'll tease somebody, we don't want to congratulate them. You know what I'm talking about? We'll talk about them, we don't want to congratulate them, no. Ain't nobody said, I see your mustache came back, nothing like that, man. They just went on about their business. They just teased me and went on about their business. But yeah, man, you can't, you just can't get into that shit. Other people are what they think. It's really like, y'all act like the crowd is y'all kryptonite now. Y'all do. Like, I don't know, somebody said you smell like shit. And that's what the whole crowd was talking about how you smell like shit. It's like that be y'all kryptonite. Y'all will feel defeated. There's a bunch of motherfuckers you don't even know talking about you smell like shit. But it's 1,000 motherfuckers that you don't, they teasing you don't know how they smell. They might be musty. They talking about the shit you smell like. They over there smelling like a little bit of onion themselves. You know what I'm talking about, the real ones. But you don't know. But you'll let that invisible ass chitter chatter break your motherfucking you'll let it kind of like break you down. That's why I say fuck these people, bro. These people been talking before I was living. Before I came out my mama's stomach, I heard them talking in the doctor's office. You know what I'm talking about? They've been talking before I was even born, man. Fuck that shit. Don't let that shit get to you. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, just be your own person. That's why it's just good to be your own person. See, when you your own person, you don't have no pressure, folks. When you just being you and doing you, you don't have no pressure. It's only when you trying to be something you not that you have the pressure to uphold that shit. You know what I'm talking about? When you just you ain't got no pressure on you, folks. You just you. You get what I'm saying? You ain't got no pressure on you, folks. You just you. You ain't gotta be trying to do this to impress nobody or nothing. But a lot of times we end up in situations that we put ourselves in about trying to impress somebody. You know what I'm talking about? I don't even know what that was right there. It looked like a quarter. I don't know what that motherfucker. That motherfucker looked like it came from Canada, nigga. That's what it looked like. But you ain't gotta live up to no motherfucking invisible pressure, folks. You get what I'm saying? If you just you. I'm finna see if these people, they normally be cool depending on who up in this motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? But we finna see. I say I know that bitch just ain't walk from where you came from. And that bitch look like she walked from where I came from. That bitch sweating. At least she ain't got on that backpack. So I'm gonna take it. I can keep hope alive. That she didn't have on that backpack. I said, bro, what you be doing around this motherfucker? Introducing myself to people, you know what I'm talking about? This is how you spread your game. Thank you. I said, this is how you spread your game.
I have to pick those up for you. I have 11:49.
This one. You feel me? Hello, can I get some BOKs?
BOKs?
Yes. Smooth.
Just one packet?
Yes.
Have an ID for me? Sorry.
Just the paper one.
As long as you have the plastic one that I can match with. That's fine. At least you carry them both together. A lot of people don't. It's like, excuse me. It don't do no good if you don't have them together. Huh?
I said it's stapled to the paper.
So
Can I get some ice?
Yeah. Yeah, we don't charge for just look. Okay, let me just
Hey, said, bro, what you doing? Trying to get some ice? I said, bro, why you fucking with it like that in people's stuff? That's how you fuck. They're gonna stunner shades. They're gonna stunner shades. They said, bro, don't do it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh. Y'all see how bro got molded? He ran all the way over there to pop with the bitch, but the bitch held the dough for breath. You know what I'm talking about? And he ran over there and thought that's how he was finna engage in conversation. He thought that's how he was finna break the ice in the situation with the bitch. Then he ran way over there and said, excuse me. Then he realized the bitch wasn't holding the door open for him. You know what I'm talking about? Now you gotta come with another conversation. He thought the bitch threw him an alley-oop, you know what I'm talking about, for the conversation. Now he gotta come from the hip. He gotta reset his game. Look, they up in there smoking. Little mama and nephew got the spirit. It look like they just came from racing. The boats. You know what I'm talking about? I say, bro, the game. Yeah, man, believe in yourself, folks. That's all I can tell you. Just believe in yourself. Just do the things you like to do, bro. And as long as you can do the things that you really like to do consistently, I don't know what more than you need. I don't. You should be in bliss. I think where we go wrong, guys, is like we want the things that we really don't want type shit. You know what I'm talking about? You be wanting some shit you don't even want, you just want it. Cause like if you just realize that the little shit you actually be wanting, you'll find out it ain't that much. That shit start getting more expensive and shit when you start doing that shit everybody else doing. Or wearing what everybody else wearing and trying to drive what everybody else drive. That's where your game might, that's where you might run out of game. You know what I'm talking about? And as long as you live and trying not to run out of game. You know what I'm talking about? As long as you don't run out of game, you'll be good, even if you broke. Even if you got shit, as long as you ain't fresh out of game, you good. You're gonna be good on everything. But when you fresh out of game, that's when the gimmicks and gadgets and all that shit get thrown in the game. You know what I'm talking about? Like all that bad advice that's floating around this motherfucker. That's when you fresh out of game, that's when the game get a little bit funny. That's when the game get a little bit funny. But like that bad, just stop letting these people put thoughts in your head. You know what I'm talking about? Sit down with yourself, figure out what you want, Because even if you don't really know how to go about getting it, as long as you, why is you stopping, bro? You know what I'm talking about? You'll still get put on the path. You'll find a way. You're gonna go towards that direction. Yeah, so just find out what you enjoy in life. You get what I'm saying? And once you find that out, you can prepare to live your life the way you enjoy your life. That's why you have to stop listening to people. Because other people, like, that's just like me telling you how I enjoy my life. If you don't like none of the shit I do, it has nothing to, that shit ain't gonna have, it ain't gonna do you no good. You know what I'm talking about? That's the way baby cuz have fun. That's the shit I enjoy and all that shit. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all will probably call me boring. I'm sure a lot of you will, you know what I'm talking about? Although I have gotten my exciting days up out of the way. You know, not out of the way, but all that shit y'all consider exciting and all that shit, I don't really I don't get no thrill out of that shit no more. I used to. I still go somewhere and cut a rug though. Yeah, baby cuz ain't never been one shy of going somewhere and cutting the rug. So I still fuck with it every now and then. I ain't got no problem with that. But all that every weekend going out and just doing, I don't have no desire for that shit no more. I'm like that. That shit don't excite me. So a lot of shit motherfuckers consider fun, I don't. But I can't tell them it's not fun to them. I just don't fuck with it. And that's why I was telling people, like, I don't be trying to ride on nobody parade. You get what I'm saying? I don't really like smoking this close. So I probably might as well be smoking this close. That nigga got a Nova. That nigga said Cool J and Y. So you already know my nigga from New York, so we're Rhode Island or something. Buffalo, if that's New York. But then again, right there ain't no cool. That's too close to that way. I'm gonna figure it out. I ain't fucking with them. I done already seen them call the police on a motherfucker today. I ain't fucking with them. You know what I'm talking about? But go find out what you enjoy, bruh. Nephew, sis, old man, old lady. Go find out what you enjoy. And once you find that out, man, you start building the that's all. Well, that's my opinion. I don't know if you share the same philosophy as me. But to me, if you able to do all the things that you enjoy doing, you should be having, and you able to live like that consistently, it would seem to me like you would be ecstatic about living and doing the things you enjoy forever. But somehow we got it. It's like you desiring shit that you really don't even want. You just think you want. It's just like a nigga, you think you want a 5.0, a stick, 5-speed, 6-speed. You know what I'm talking about? Until you get in that motherfucker and run into a wall. Because you don't even know how to drive that motherfucker. You think you want one until you get one of them motherfuckers. You feel me? A lot of y'all probably done did that with a nigga or a bitch. You thought you wanted that bitch, you know what I'm talking about? Until she moved in with you. You know what I'm talking about? Now you wanna now you around that motherfucker looking for studio apartments again because you trying to get away from this bitch. You thought you wanted that nigga until he moved in with you. You know what I'm talking about? Nothing should be happening like that. Now I'm finna switch to marriage real quick. Don't know why. But when I just said that, it told me to switch to marriage. Why? Man, my nigga walking looking, they must have just came from a play or something. My nigga got on the other suit. Man, that's a fast walking bitch right there though. I ain't bullshitting with you because that bitch was just in front of me in line. And that bitch got here hella quick. But that's why a lot of people get fucked up in their marriage. And me and my partner was just we was just chopping it up on the subject. And and niggas was laughing and shit. But I think that's where people go wrong at. Like, before you, like, because y'all just throw that shit up in the air. Y'all just got that shit like, y'all talk about it so much, y'all just got people wanting to be married because that's just the talk now. You act like if you married, like you have accomplished something and you ain't accomplished shit. And a lot of y'all is getting fucked up just because you want to be married. Like you can't, that ain't no thing that you just do. That's why I don't be getting why people be sitting around talking about marriage material. What the fuck is that? Marriage material. What is that? Marriage material to who? Y'all don't get that, bruh. Like some nigga might desire to marry a porn star or something, and you wouldn't get that. But he loved that bitch or whatever for whatever the reason he loved that bitch, and y'all don't get that. But you will say the porn bitch ain't marriage material. I don't get that. What the fuck is marriage material? Because that bitch was marriage material to the nigga who married her. That shit is a matter of opinion, bruh. But I think y'all got y'all here like marriage material is the bitch that cook, clean, she listens. I don't know what kind of. Ain't no bitch gonna listen, bro. I mean they'll listen, but every bitch, bro, it's just bitches. Every bitch gonna go on her little thing, gonna nag, like it's just bitches, bro. You're not gonna be able to get away from that in a bitch. Every now and then, you know what I'm talking about? You're not gonna find the perfect bitch, bro. You can only find the perfect bitch for you. Just like a bitch, you ain't gonna find a perfect nigga. You could just find the perfect nigga for you. So the motherfucker that you find for you, that's marriage material. You know what I'm talking about? I don't be getting that shit. I don't. But that's what be having y'all fucked up. Before you even marry somebody, bro, y'all don't even be knowing the people you marry. It's like y'all just in a rush to get married because that's what they talking about. Like you gotta know the person. You can't be sitting around the motherfucker right now complaining about what they do and say you ready to get married, bro, because that shit only gonna get worse. It is. That shit only gonna get worse. Now, if you could take that, because this is what I don't think people get. Like, you finna fuck with somebody or whatever. Y'all talking about locking in. You finna get married or whatever. Bro, when you locked in right there, like, all that other shit, that shit goes out the window, folks. You can't sit around. Like, it's, I can't explain it to y'all. But it's everybody's job. Y'all act like y'all get married and motherfuckers got, like, the first thing they got y'all fucked up is roles. Like, this person's supposed to do this person's supposed to do that. And that's where they got y'all fucked up at. Just because of that right there, you'll do some shit like this. Say, I don't know, nigga, just say your motherfucking kitchen table was dirty, nigga. And in your head, you thinking the bitch the one that's supposed to get that. I've actually seen this, bruh, in real life. And you won't clean the motherfucker off just because you waiting for the bitch to do it. And that's just how spiteful you think. You sitting there like, I know this bitch see this table dirty. Bruh, so did you. You know what I'm talking about? So both of y'all just looking at the table game on dust. It makes no sense. And that's how you'll start hella petty ass arguments within your household for shit just like that, because this is what they done told y'all. You know what I'm talking about? Bro, just wipe the table off. And if you don't just wipe the table off, you can't tell me that you ready to get married, bro. Cause y'all, you know what I'm talking about? Y'all in there on some petty shit already. That shit just gonna get more pettier. Cause y'all gonna be throwing them labels around. You supposed to be doing this and you supposed to be doing that. Then they done got y'all the idea, like say y'all play so much with no, that's what that was. Y'all play so much with them labels and shit. Everything with y'all come with the label. So say you in the house fucking with a say you in the house fucking with a bitch or something. And they telling you hoes like say something about, they got y'all thinking like a man only has the right to say something to you or be able to lead you or to guide you if they got some money. And that's what's fucking y'all up too. It is. That's what's fucking y'all up too, because you automatically feel like if a motherfucker don't got a certain amount of money, he can't tell you nothing. And that's why half you hoes running around here goofy on some real shit. With babies and shit you don't really want to have by niggas, because y'all follow other shit. So like I told you about my partner, he was a cool nigga. My nigga own hella businesses now too. He do. Just hella little shit. He a little smooth nigga, man. On my mom. But my nigga had that with the bitch. And the bitch wanted to run around and ride around with everybody that was having Mustangs and Cougars and drop shit and LTDs on candy and all that shit, right? And that bitch ended up with a few kids and a drug habit. Cause you think a motherfucker with money, man, some of the motherfuckers with money be using all them popular drugs. They been around your ass straight into being a knock. Or some other shit, so a lot of y'all be goofy. You don't know what leadership is. You'll let you won't let a broke nigga lead you, but you'll let a rich nigga lead you to a drug habit. Don't make no sense. You should be able to determine what makes sense and what's not in your own head. You should be able to determine, like, this motherfucker might got some game. You know what I'm talking about? He might not have the most change, but he has the most game. You know what I'm talking about? But a lot of you hoes be stupid and you can't decide that because you think a nigga don't got nothing if he ain't running around this motherfucker with all them chains and rims and all that shit. That's what you think knowledge is. And that's why half you hoes and got ran into them drug habits. Because a lot of them niggas like to party. And you sitting around trying to keep up with the nigga. So guess what? I seen a bitch do a nigga like that. I bullshit you not. I ain't gonna say the nigga was square, but he was just, you know what I'm talking about? And that nigga ended up trying to do the drugs the bitch was doing to try to keep up with the bitch. But he didn't used to do nothing. But he wondering why the bitch running around here doing all this shit. So he himself started taking the drugs, trying to be in tune with the bitch. And turned himself into it. Whatever he turned himself in. You can't do that, man. The whole moral of that story is that shit has nothing to do with who knows something or not. A motherfucker could have $1 billion and be dumb as a motherfucker. And a nigga could not have a dime in his pocket and be very wise. But we don't fuck with it like that. But that's how they got the bitches fucked up. Cause they got y'all just respecting. They got y'all respecting. They really got you hoes with a bum ass mentality. Like you sitting around waiting for another motherfucker to do something for you. You looking for a nigga. Half y'all ain't gonna find him. I don't know, cause they may they building a new brand of trick. So you might be able to find a nigga, sis. Cause they got a new brand of trick out here. You feel me? They got all niggas that be talking about they high value, man. They got them niggas out here now. That buy passports to fly around the world, trick and shit. They got them type of niggas out here now. So you might find one of them niggas. Hey, no, you know what I'm talking about? Don't give me the line, sis. Yeah, you might find one of them niggas. But just that shit, like, people got themselves fucked up. But it's just that shit right there that's in the air. It's that shit right there that's in the air. And they got you just around here listening to that shit. So just like that dirty ass table, nigga, they got the nigga and the bitch around this motherfucker looking at each other, who gonna clean that motherfucker, nigga. Then somebody just been popped up over there, nigga, and y'all got that dirty ass table. Both of y'all looking hella silly. It look like y'all hella dirty inside this motherfucker, nigga. That's gonna be the perception of the people. While you worried about who gonna wipe that motherfucker off. But if like, and it's a gang of people with that mindset right there. You know what I'm talking about? So before, like, I know that shit is just a word out here they throwing around marriage, and man, don't lock in with nobody, bruh. If you not ready for that shit, bruh. Don't let them people put no invisible pressure on you. Cause y'all just running in. I don't even give them bitches say that either. The hard nigga, like I'm waiting for my wife or I'm that shit sounds stupid to me. That shit sound like some little ass kid shit to me. It do. I'm waiting for my husband and bitches really walking up like, what the fuck is husband material? I don't get that. It's the same as wife material. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that, bro? Everybody don't like the same thing. That's why that conversation right there don't make no sense. It don't. What's a good bitch to you might not be no good bitch to somebody else. You feel me? Like I said, nigga might like strippers. So you can't determine for somebody else what marriage material is and what's husband material and wife. You can't determine that for somebody else. You only can determine that for you. Because relationships, that's why I'm telling you, them conversations don't make no sense, folks. Because that shit is all based on what you like and what you don't like. So that shit is just a matter of opinion. You get what I'm saying? What a good bitch is, do you realize, man, listen, man, I'll let y'all talk with some pimps. And they will explain to you how a hoe bitch was like the best bitch they ever had, nigga, over some square bitch or something like that, bruh. Because it's just a different mentality. Like, see, a lot of y'all niggas be talking about cheating and who the bitch kissing and fucking. Like, some people don't care about that shit, bruh. They don't. Some people don't care about that shit, bruh. It's what the bitch worth is to them. They don't give a fuck if this bitch went over here and fucked on somebody, nigga, and came back and gave you 98 million, bruh. But you still be complaining about who the bitch fucked. You know what I'm talking about? When that was the deal from the jump, you know what I'm talking about? You gonna give me 98 million, I'm gonna do this and I'm gone. Y'all don't get that. Y'all, that's why y'all always y'all misjudge what a loyal bitch is or a loyal nigga. Y'all misjudge that shit by that right there. Cause y'all worried, cause you be wanting the motherfucker all to yourself. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all be worried about that shit right there, man. When there's that shit be deeper than that, man. Yeah, that should be deeper than that. But y'all come around and y'all done start following the nerds anyway. You feel me? So like them the niggas starting the conversations and shit. Complaining about what the bitch done did and all that. And if you ever peep, the niggas who be starting the conversations about that shit be having the same kind of bitches they complaining about. If they got a bitch at all. Cause a lot of niggas complain about that shit, you don't even see them with a bitch. Why you think they complaining? Cause a lot of people who start them conversations, bro, they don't be having no companionship theyself. Or they playing a number game with y'all. And that's just a popular thing to talk about. But the nigga can't give you no motherfucking. I'm telling y'all, they're like, y'all something straight out of the comic book. I watched the whole world. And I'm gonna say this until I leave, bro. I watched the whole world let a motherfucker give them marital advice that wasn't married. That shit didn't make no sense, folks. It don't. And once again, when a motherfucker saying something, bro, they saying something from their point of view. When somebody telling you something about a nigga or a bitch, they telling you about a nigga they or a bitch they fucked with. So they giving you their point of view. Don't go off nobody else's point of view, folks. Go find out for yourself. You realize two people can fuck with the same person and have two different experiences. They just can, bro. It's where a motherfucker at in their own mind. One motherfucker might have fucked with the motherfucker when they was young and didn't have no sense. Then the other motherfucker might have got the motherfucker when they had some sense. But people just bring different shit out of people. They just do. So y'all, motherfucker might have had the same person. You just didn't bring that shit up out of them. Shit. Give me a shout out. Next friend, man. All right, bro. I don't really be doing that right. Shout out though. You know what I'm talking about? I don't be. You know what I'm talking about? It's your partner, man. It's the DB show. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out DB. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know why y'all be doing that shit. You know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna tell you, ask that bitch. You know what I'm talking about? Ask that bitch to shout you out, man. That's what I would say, man. Now, if you'd have just came in here and said something, I probably would have just shouted you out. I don't be getting that. Why y'all be doing that? I don't see why that's so important, bro. Like, if you would have just came in here, I probably would have shouted you out. But now that you asked me, like, I don't know. Like, nah. The motherfucker asked me something, all the matter was nah, man. You know what I'm talking about? Kick on back. You know what I'm talking about? And next time you come in here, you ain't even got to say nothing. You can say something and I shout you out. You can say something ignorant and I shout you out. But you come up in here talking about shout me out, please, and all, I don't even understand that shit, bro. I'm grown. You know what I'm talking about? Ask that bitch to shout you out. You know what I'm talking about? Don't put no motherfucking pressure on me. You ain't gonna put on that bitch. You know what I'm talking about? Let me see that bitch shout you out first. Yeah, go put the pressure on that bitch to shout you out. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't ready for that type of pressure right now on national TV, man. Yeah, like I was saying, man, stop letting these people put them thoughts in your head, folks. Stop listening to all this shit, then you just want to try it, bro. Marriage ain't something that you just go try, folks. You been fucked around and got your ass in the motherfucking legal, that motherfucking legal contract, nigga. See how hard it is to get a divorce, nigga. Nigga, when you get married, you don't want to be in that motherfucker, nigga. See how hard it is to get a divorce. And I ain't telling you to get married or not. I'm just telling you, bro, if you gonna marry somebody, bro, marry somebody because that's who you want to be with, bro. Don't go running around this motherfucker relationship or anything. Don't go fucking with somebody just because it's like an invisible pressure. Like everybody else got sweethearts and shit. You the only one still single. Don't feel pressured to go all of a sudden find you a sweetheart because everybody else got one. Don't do no shit like that, bro, because you'll just turn anybody into your sweetheart. Because you'll just put the pressure on. So now any bitch you come across, nigga, you gonna, you feel me? Because you just trying to keep up with everybody else. Don't do that, bro. You was single for a reason. Find you a bitch when it's time for you to, you know what I mean, bro? You ain't got to go out looking for no bitch, bro. Especially if your mouthpiece ain't in your pocket. That shit just comes and goes, bro. Because listening to these niggas, bro, they gonna have you, they gonna tell you can't get nobody but the bitch they talking about. You know what I'm talking about? The ratchet bitch or whatever. Let these niggas tell you who you can fuck with. They gonna tell you, man, you work at McDonald's. You can't get no bitch to believe that shit if you want to. Actually, McDonald's should be like one of the easiest places for you to knock a bitch, especially if you're on that drive-through. You feel me? Yeah, especially if you're on that drive-through. You got first shot of everything coming through this motherfucker, bro. So my advice would be, all them bitches that you think that you can't talk to, start talking to them bitches. That would be my advice. Don't let no bitch make you put your mouthpiece in your pocket, man, because you working at the McDonald's drive-through and then it came through there and it dropped bins or something. And you in your head you already think the bitch is laughing at you or something, bro. That's the time to take your mouthpiece up out the motherfucking, you know what I'm talking about? It's time to take your mouthpiece up out that motherfucking apple pie wrapper, the apple pie box. You know what I'm talking about? See, if you a fool, you would hop through that motherfucking window, nigga, and be all in them bitches back seat. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about, here's your order. I came to bring it to you personally, you know what I'm talking about? Bitches like shit like that, bro. You should try it. You should try it. But on some real shit, man, don't let them people force you, bro. That nigga got a BMW something like a scat cat, nigga. Don't let nobody force you, bro. Don't let nobody just come up with them imaginary conversations. Now you feel like you gotta be in the, you gotta throw your hat in the ring for the marriage and shit. Cause I just see people get married, then they don't even be married, bro. You know what I'm talking about? There was no point to even get married. Y'all got married and didn't change nothing. Y'all was arguing before you got married. You arguing after you got married. Y'all sitting around there punching on each other. The police show up every now and then. Domestic violence and all that shit, bro. You doing the same shit after you get married. Don't let nobody get you like that. And look, especially if you one of the motherfuckers that you and your bitch always arguing. Listen, bro. I mean, if you could take that shit, go ahead. But it don't make no sense. It's like y'all don't realize. It's like motherfuckers think this is because you've been together hella long. Like, that means something more than you actually having an understanding why y'all been together hella long. You feel me? You got to get an understanding with people, bro. Because the motherfucker would just accept it like, fuck it, that's just us. When really you tired of that shit. Y'all just been together so motherfucking long. You just don't see nothing else. You get what I'm saying? But if you tired of that shit when you're not married, I'm like, do you think you're not gonna be tired of that shit after you get married? And then if y'all got that type of shit right there and you really do love a motherfucker, because this is just motherfuckers who don't know how to communicate. And you've been with somebody and y'all really love each other, y'all just don't really know how to communicate, so you always arguing. At least learn how to get that shit together, bruh. Because if you don't, you gonna have the same, you ain't gonna get no joy about your relationship, bruh. That shit just gonna be fucking and arguing. That's all that shit gonna be. Just like when you was in high school, bruh. That shit gonna be fucking and arguing. The only time y'all cool is when y'all fucking. If you ain't fucking, you arguing. If you ain't arguing, you fucking. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, if you can lock in with that shit if you want to. Just know what the fuck you locking in with when you lock in. Don't act like just locking in, nigga, is the thing to do. Cause I can't stand when I'm talking about in a real world, bro. It's way, and I mean way, ain't too many people, bro, that just get married just to like. It seemed like a motherfucker be divorced in 2 weeks. That shit don't be lasting months, just playing. And a lot of that shit, I swear to God, it be some shit like this. Every time, bro, be some shit like this. Like say this is how I know you be playing, nigga or bitch, bro. I done seen it ain't like I seen more niggas do it, more bitches. It's the even, nigga. The same amount, y'all running neck and neck. You know what I'm talking about? Photo finish. Something wrong with my eye when I get around these trees, man. That motherfucker get the water in, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? But I seen niggas and bitches do it, bro. Whole life. This shit ain't just started, and it always comes from either the bitch was fucking with some other nigga, or the nigga was for somebody that got cheated on or left or disagreed with the way they split up. And I'm talking about it ain't even been a month later and the nigga or the bitch already had this other motherfucker, and then about 3 weeks to 2 months after that, man, them people married. Now you just done broke up with a motherfucker. You did all this shit in the course of 6 months. You done broke up with a motherfucker you been fucking with for a minute to only meet somebody new, and after a month and a half, you married. I done seen that from the niggas and the bitches so many times, bro, right? And then they don't do nothing but end up getting a divorce, or they done broke up. So they ain't, no, people really don't be getting divorced. They just be separated for hella long. You know what I'm talking about? But I done seen that my whole life, bro. And all that shit came from a motherfucker, either a nigga or a bitch was jealous or didn't like to break up previous. And it's like they was trying to do that to throw it in the other person's face. Bullshit, you not. You just, man, you don't know how many motherfuckers I done seen. They done seen they old bitch or they old nigga get married. And then they got married just for that reason. The next person they was fucking with, that's what they was preaching. Cause I'm gonna think you got a mental illness, bitch. If you come around me talking about marriage or babies, I'm gonna think you got a mental illness. I am. Like if I was just to push up on the bitch, you know, we go out on a date, and a bitch start talking about marriage or kids, I'm gonna think you got a mental illness. I ain't bullshitting with you. I'm gonna peep you right there, man. Yeah, you one of them hybrid bitches, ain't you? Yeah, you just one of them childish bitches. For real. Your mind ain't nowhere. You know what I'm talking about? Your mind ain't nowhere. You talking about some motherfucking marriage or some motherfucking kids. You know what I'm talking about? No, you know what I'm talking about? I see you. I'm out of here, man. You gotta peep shit like that. That's why I tell you to watch yourself. Because if you wouldn't just running around this motherfucker following everybody else, you'll realize a lot of this shit people be talking about don't even make no sense. It don't. Why is we even talking about married and nigga, like you could live in the same house, bruh. You get what I'm saying? And we talking about, like, say you could live with a motherfucker, cause that's the other thing too. Y'all don't even be living with people for long. I ain't talking about no year, bro. You at least have to live with somebody 3 to 5. I'm gonna say 5 years, bro, before you even know if you want to live around them people for the rest of your life. You feel what I'm saying? Because shit be different. Shit just be different, bro. Especially like say you live by yourself and the bitch live by herself, but y'all feeling each other. You feel what I'm saying? And y'all live with each other, and y'all coming from the or y'all don't live with each other, but y'all just live in separate places, and y'all ain't really came together like that. Y'all just been really spending the night at each other's houses for a few, you know what I'm talking about, but you going home in between. So the few little nights you done stayed over there, or they done stayed over there, it'd be cool. It just seemed like everything cool. So you figure since you've been doing that shit for hella long anyway, it's cool, but that shit ain't nowhere near the same. First of all, people, the first thing they do when they know they finna have company is get that motherfucker spick and span. You know what I'm talking about? So every time you go to that motherfucker house and they go to your house, you know what I'm talking about? It's like, it's always spick and span and shit, you know what I'm talking about? Oh, this shit look cool, I could do this. Then y'all fuck around and move in with each other, you know what I'm talking about? And then it don't be the same thing. Cause people will just irritate you, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Like I said, you only got a quick glimpse. A motherfucker might be snoring, nigga, just anything, bruh, that irritate the fuck out you. That irritate the fuck out you, and you don't, it's like you don't know. But I'd say 5 years, bruh, at least. That it'll take you to even, like, know if you want to be around a motherfucker like that. Because, like, it don't, what I'm trying to say is, bruh, like, I mean, like, it don't make no sense for you to get married and it's like you already complaining, like shit a motherfucker do already agitates you. It don't make no sense. It don't. You feel what I'm saying? Because you just finna set yourself up. Like, and if you willing to deal with that shit, is cool. But like, if you got one of them things, bro, y'all, the people you supposed to fix that shit even before you lock in like that. Y'all supposed to come to a common ground on that shit. But like, nigga, you think you just I'm finna lock in. Like, we've been together hella long and I'm just finna get married because we've been together long, bro. You gonna end up irritating yourself. I done seen, man, I'm telling you, numerous in real life, bro. Motherfuckers just get drunk, nigga, and go get married. Like, this shit just a game or something, bro. And you spend, it don't even really be no real marriage, bro. I don't know. That shit be crazy. But them motherfuckers just spend all their motherfucking time fighting and arguing and shit. Fighting and arguing. So a lot of people are what I guess the moral of the story is, don't do that shit if that's what you're doing for. And a lot of people that be married, it just, like, that shit, it don't mean what you think it mean. There's a lot of motherfuckers, just because you married, that shit don't mean shit. It don't. But for some reason, that's some kind of prestigious ass title they got in your head. If you one of the motherfuckers that even been fucking with somebody hella long, right, and ain't nothing wrong with your relationship, but you keep fucking with somebody because they won't marry you, it's something wrong with you. It is. It's something wrong with you. That marriage shit means something to you. Because if a motherfucker been sitting around for 20 years treating you just right, treating you better than a motherfucker marriage, a husband, or anything, or if a bitch been sitting around you for hella long and it's something wrong with you in your head. Because you ain't even appreciating what you got. You need something else to lock that shit in your head, and there's something wrong with you. I swear to God. And there's too many people like that on earth. It is. So you could be sitting there, a bitch could be sitting there, and the nigga, you been fucking with a nigga for 20 years. And that nigga been treating you better than anything else. But you steadily bugging that nigga about marriage, is something wrong with you inside your head. I'm telling you, because you're not even appreciating what's going on. You need a piece of paper so it could make it official in your head. Something straight out of the comic book. And that's how these people tell you to think. They telling you to overlook the action, because if a motherfucker really loved you like that, he would marry you. Even though a nigga been doing this shit for 20 years. But if he really loved you, he'll marry you. That shit don't make no sense. That nigga show you what he do. You know what I'm talking about? That marriage shit don't mean nothing. That just means something to, I guess, the world. That's some kind of motherfucking, I don't know. That's something they need. That's the assurance they need to feel like they locked in. You know what I'm talking about? Not that you really locked in and you really been locked in for 20 years. See, you ain't paying attention to none of that. Because you got some imaginary shit in the back of your head that if you're not married, a motherfucker could leave you. Even though if you are married, a motherfucker could leave you. It's no difference. It's the action of a motherfucker treating you. And somehow they get you to overlook that because they get you to fuck anything somebody doing. This shit over here, what they said, if they ain't did that, then we ain't cool. And a lot of people fuck their situations off like that. Because you looking or you trying to force something and you ain't even real because another motherfucker who ain't on that shit, they looking at that shit like, damn, bitch. Like, the way I treat you ain't enough. You need some other shit. Not that I'm treating you this way. You know what I'm talking about? Or nigga. Either it go either way. Not that you actually paying attention to him around this motherfucker treating you like a queen or a king or whichever way you go with the bitch or the nigga. You ain't paying attention to nothing I'm doing. You overlooking all this shit, not appreciating nothing. Steady talking about this dumbass certificate. Or steady talking about whatever the fuck it is. You ain't got me a ring and all that shit, bruh. Like y'all something straight out of comic book. That's how you miss a lot of your blessings. And that's how you fuck a lot of your blessings off. Because you never pay attention to what's happening in real time. You always need the next thing. You know what I'm talking about? You can't just sit here and appreciate the fact that you actually getting pampered and you actually got a motherfucker to act like he or a bitch that act like she love your funky draw ass or your you know what I'm talking about, your musty foot ass. You acting like you don't see none of that. Even though you ain't never seen it before. You know what I'm talking about? You act like you ain't seen none of it. I mean, you act like you seen that shit before. You get what I'm saying? So you in world, that's what I be talking about, that bad game that they passing down. They will actually have you overlooking what's going on because you feel like you missing something else. They would actually overlook. They'll have you fuck somebody up just because you trying to force marriage on them or something. When somebody ain't tripping like that, and you would, they out here screaming and shit. It's a gang of shit going on out here today, man. You know what I'm talking about? But they'll actually have you overlooking all that shit like it don't mean nothing because a motherfucker don't wanna get married or something. So they'll have you after 20 years, a motherfucker treating you the best of person. You know what I'm talking about? They'll have you after 20 years, don't want to fuck with that person, then going out there taking the chance to start over with somebody. You know, so straight out of comic book, man. I ain't lying to you, man. Like you just not getting old, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Like you just the same age. Y'all be playing out here. But y'all let these people talk y'all up out of using your own mind, your own common sense. Y'all let them tell y'all what it's supposed to be and what to look for. And this is how you know if a person really love you. Man, how could you even tell somebody that? But y'all don't take time to even listen to the shit. Y'all just hear the conversation and want to jump in it. None of them conversations, none of them out here today makes any sense. Like talking about business. Like you gotta realize people can only talk about the shit that they've done and come in contact with themselves. So when somebody out here talking about females, they just talking about the females they have come across. They can't even speak for every bitch in the world. They don't even know every bitch in the world. There just be some hell of a generalizing going on, you know what I'm talking about? That's just like when bitches talk about niggas. There's all kind of people. Yeah, you got people that got them ways. People got all kind of ways. Now, what you got to do is ask yourself why you keep bumping into the people you bumping into. I think that has more to do with it. Because if you sat down and thought more about that, you wouldn't even be in that conversation. Because you'll understand that shit starts and ends with you. You know what I'm talking about? You'll really feel motive. Because at the end, all these motherfuckers you talking about you run into, you the one that choose to sit down there and get the tongue kissing them and shit. Why don't you have a little bit more self control of yourself? You know what I'm talking about? And you won't have all these stories of the mischief and all that about how that somebody that did you wrong and wrecked your car and all that shit. You had to get a nigga the car keys. You know what I'm talking about? And you get mad because you done sat down here and picked the wrong person around there, tongue kissing them and stuff, giving them all that stuff. Then it turned out not to be the person you want. That's on you, bitch. I get tired of hearing that shit. Because everybody just complain about their own motherfucking decisions. Like, dude, man, you just got to take that shit how it come. It's a rough life, man. If you only knew, bruh. Nigga, how much shit I just didn't have to swallow. Nigga, you know what I'm talking about? Fuck it, bruh. You just be the person you is. That's going to outlast all that shit, folks. It is. You got to be that person. You know what I'm talking about? If you don't like motherfuckers that talk that much and all that, you gotta be the shit that you want, bruh. You just do. And you don't be the shit that you don't want. You can't be around here, like you can't be the one telling the police and doing the police shit, then that's what makes you mad. You can't be that person, bro. The shit that makes you mad, you gotta do that. You gotta be that shit just like the shit that you want out the world, just like you gotta be that. The shit you don't like, that's the shit you don't do. You gotta be that shit too. You get what I'm saying? If you don't like motherfuckers talking too much, you don't be the one who talk too much. You know what I'm talking about? You don't like motherfuckers that be hella nosy and shit, you don't be nosy. You get what I'm saying? You gotta put in this motherfucking world. You gotta be the way that you, the shit that you expect, the shit that you want. You gotta do that shit yourself in the world. But we don't do that shit, bro. We come up here like that shit everybody else's job. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's somebody else's job to fix snitching and all that. All you could do is not snitch. That's how you fix it. You know what I'm talking about? That's how you fix it. That's how you fix it in your life. Because once again, I ain't trying to change the world, bro. I'm just trying to throw this shit up in the air that if we caught, we can start coming together a little bit. Because y'all come together on that fuck shit quick as a motherfucker. They can pass that shit around the world at lightning speed. Lightning speed. But when it comes to the other shit, nah, that shit gonna move like molasses. You know what I'm talking about? That shit gonna move like molasses. But that's about all the time I got, folks. By the time I had to, I could go rest, man, on some real shit. I've been running since this motherfucking morning. Now I can rest, man. You know what I'm talking about? Kick on back, listen to some of that classic rap music. And that's what I want to tell y'all, man. I dropped a song last night. I've been dropping songs for the, I don't know, 3-4 songs, man. I'll say about 3. In the last week and a half, man, I just tell y'all to go check it out, man. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I tell you, man. Go, Believe It or Not, Family Ties, and what was the other one? Let me see what the other one name was, bro, because I forgot. What is the name of the other one? You could just go down my timeline and see anything with music notes about it, actually. And I'll be making so much shit. It took me a minute to get to this motherfucker. It was this one right here. But I don't know what the name is. I don't know what the fuck I named it. This motherfucker right here ain't got no name on it. I don't even think I named that motherfucker, but it's Motivating Music Monday. I can tell you that. That's the name of it. Motivational, yeah, I didn't name that one either, man. You know what I'm talking about? Motivational, motherfucking music, I guess. But yeah, man, go check me out. Y'all go check out my videos. You know, to my bro, got a gang of music around that motherfucker somewhere. Check out my music, man. Appreciate everybody coming through. But go check out that Family Ties that I dropped last night. You know what I'm talking about? On Mozart Monday. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, man. Shout out to all the people, all my loved ones. Thank everybody for coming through. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out my nigga Eddie Mack, my old school partner Eddie Mack. You know what I'm talking about around this bitch. But yeah, man, Bending Corners with Bruh has come to a close. I don't know, I might be back out here with you tomorrow. I don't know. You know how Bruh is. I'll pop up. I'll see you when I see you. You know what I'm talking about? And if y'all don't remember nothing else, man, always remember, it don't cost nothing just to show a little bit of that love, man. See you soon.